Yeah, I shared that today, the episode.
Yeah. Dude, thank you for sharing all the time.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
When I wake up, I see it, and I share it right when I see it.
Yeah. Dude, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, we appreciate it, obviously.
Don't speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself. Hello, you beautiful freaks, and welcome to a brand new episode of Freakquels. I'm your host, EJ Leeson, and with me today is that cutie patootie, Rory Colorasi. How are you, sir?
I'm a little uncomfortable.
Oh,
because
really?
It's been raining all day.
I know. It's crazy out there. It's just nonstop rain
It
all
won't
day.
stop. And worse yet, we're inside of this child-sized tent.
Yeah, we wanted to pack all the equipment, and we didn't really have the mind for setting up an adult tent. So,
We settled for EJ's old Garfield tent,
yeah.
built for a child. So we're currently pressed right up against each other.
I could feel Rory's cheek against mine.
Yeah.
That's how close. We're actually just all sharing one microphone.
Yeah, it's not comfortable, but this is the life we chose.
As you can hear, the rain's just nonstop out there, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And as we were like trying to set up this tent, it took us forever
Yeah.
to do. Along came someone we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, I before we bring him in out of the rain, I just want to say I'm pretty sure this guy was in the news recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he's our local town murderer.
No.
Yeah, you know the Airhorn massacre.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the guy.
Wait. So, no, that doesn't make sense because he's out in the
wearing
rain.
a shirt right
He's
now.
not murdering anyone. He's just hanging out.
When I found him in the woods, he was literally burying something.
Oh, maybe it was like a time capsule.
No, he was wearing a T-shirt that said, "I'm a murderer who's burying somebody in the woods."
Oh.
I don't know if it's a band. It could very well be a band.
Yeah, because I actually, before he switched shirts into I'm with dead, and it had like an arrow to something. So I don't know what that means.
I think
I'm
sure it'll be okay.
It's a band shirt.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Let's bring him in.
come on in, buddy. Hey, it is Airhorn Ross motherfucking Jones. What's
What's
up, buddy?
up? I'm back. I'm back from the dead.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, how you doing? What's up?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, doing good. Doing good.
When's the last time you did a podcast?
6 years ago?
I think it was maybe like 5 years ago,
Like
right?
Riverdale season 3? Like
Yeah,
five years ago? I don't know. I've been taking a break. I needed a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
needed
good
I needed to wake up.
Yeah. And we used to do a podcast
Yeah.
together.
Riverdale?
Yep.
River
and
Dudes?
Called River Dudes.
Yeah. And Rory was on it a lot. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good to see you, man. I feel like we haven't seen each other in a while.
Yeah,
What
it's been a while.
what are you up to?
Going to a lot of mosh pits because I like to be thrown around.
Oh my god. This guy sounds crazy.
I find
You like to get thrown around? Nice.
You like to get. Ross is the kind of guy that wants you to punch him in the face. He's into that.
What is up with
they
that?
call it the circle of death. I like to be in the circle of death.
You sound like a madman.
So you just like to get tossed around in the circle of
I
death.
go to a lot of Slipknot concerts. They like the circle of death there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. What else is new, man? What else?
I'm still singing, and
Yeah.
doing my bit,
Oh yeah. Yeah. What bit is that? Murdering?
Murder 101.
Murder 101. I thought you would have graduated by now.
I'm still in the intro.
It's still in the intro. Nice, man. It's so great to have you on.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. We've
Yeah.
been wanting to have you on for a
Well,
while.
I'm glad I got to see this movie. This was amazing.
Now,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're the guy that I think you are, you haven't been available to be on the show because you've been doing a stretch. I
Doing
think it
a
was
stretch?
10 years in a maximum security prison.
Oh, yeah. I just got out last
Yeah.
week.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Told you
Yeah.
so.
Oh, about that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what a lot of people don't know about Ross Jones here is Ross is the guy that I would like to have in my pocket if I ever do like music trivia of any kind,
Oh,
because
absolutely.
this guy is a encyclopedia
Of knowledge. Yes.
of music related
I-
knowledge,
Especially, I like.
and he likes to get thrown around.
How many CDs do you think you own?
Oh, God.
I want to know.
I lost count. It's probably like at like 3,000. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you take these from your victims as trophies?
No. I just like to collect music, but I do murdering on the side.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
All right.
Right into the mic.
Pretty cool. And because I go with you for lunch on Mondays.
Yeah.
And afterwards, you always go to Gallery of Sound.
Yeah, every Monday.
And
Every
you
Monday.
buy at least 5
Every
or more
album.
CDs.
every week. Yeah,
Yeah,
week.
every single Monday.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
there isn't a Monday you really
The only
don't
time
miss.
I buy low is like during the holidays when there's nothing coming out.
Right.
That's the only time.
So like, and you've been doing that for how many years now?
Probably 5-6 years.
Yeah. So I would imagine you're definitely in the, like, near 5,000 CDs at this
Yeah,
point.
that was just like a estimate, you know.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
conservative estimate.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah.
I don't want to look like I'm crazy about CDs.
Hey man, it's all good. If you ever,
But the kid that works there, Derek, he has more than I do.
Yeah, yeah.
He has even more than I do, and he's a CD guy too. So,
is that why you had to off him? I will have
Yeah.
no competition.
I'm the guy that works there now in place of him.
All right.
Okay. He just kind of holds the guy's corpse up in front of him.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Derek.
Hello, welcome to the Gallery of Sound.
It's a real Weekend at Bernie's kind of
Do
thing.
you like CDs? I do.
I do.
I do.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So, Ross, so normally one of the things we like to do is we talk about movies we've seen recently, and I
Yeah.
know you're not really like a movie guy.
No, but
So
but I do watch
let's have
movies.
you do something a little different.
Okay.
What CDs have you been listening to? Like, what music? What are like the last 5 CDs you listened to?
A lot that new Garbage album that came out.
Yeah,
The
you
band
said it's
Garbage.
great, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's synth pop and synth wave, 80s synth pop and 80s synth wave.
I don't even know what that is.
It's really good.
You know Garbage.
Yeah, I know the band
Oh,
Garbage.
okay,
yeah.
okay.
We were
Thi-
just talking before we hit record. There's a lot of these subgenres in music that I don't understand now.
Yeah.
They're like, it's called finger pop and
Finger popping.
yeah,
popping.
Magnum 6. It's all very confusing.
Finger
Yeah.
pop.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
I'm like an old man now where I'm just kind of like, there used to be rock and roll
Yeah.
and metal.
Metal and funk. But yeah.
Not a lot of the music I listened
lot-
to as a kid is called dad rock.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
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 Like Nickelback and Creed, they call it dad rock.
But the
dare
Garbage
you.
album is really
It's really-
good, right?
yeah, it's
you said
really
this
good.
might be actually
Their best ever. Yeah.
their best ever.
Yeah.
The rest of it was trash.
No, their first four.
The rest of it was garbage.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Their first four are their best, but I just feel like this new album is like on another level. Like it's just
Wow.
that's how good it is.
No, after you talked it up to me, I was like, I have to get that album.
Yeah.
I
well,
plan on getting
you
it.
love '80s new wave,
Oh yeah.
so
yeah.
you'd definitely be.
And when you were telling me about it on Saturday, it was in one ear and out the other for me.
yeah, that's
Like,
all right.
I'm just kidding.
I'm
just
passive.
kidding.
That's
I'll
all right.
listen to it.
So what else have
Ross
you?
listens to a lot of good music.
I also this guy called Matt Kearney.
Okay.
He's like a newer artist, but he came out like in 05 or 06 or something. He has like 8 albums. I got them all now, but he started like with this like rap style, but then like rock and pop added to it,
Okay.
and then he went all like pop rock. But he could rap, he could sing, he could write, produce, he plays a guitar, he does it all.
so he's like
Adam Farley.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I this guy reminds me of like Everlast mixed with like John Mayer. Everlast mixed with John Mayer mixed with like just that kind of music, like
Oh, okay.
that kind of stuff.
All right. And then how about 3 others? What else? New Kids.
Yeah,
right?
New Kids on the Block, 35th anniversary of Step by Step. I got that.
I got it too.
I never
picked that
had
up.
it, so I picked it up.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you like the song Tonight?
yeah.
Yeah. It's
And those
sick.
two unreleased songs on there are good too.
Yeah. I just started listening to it.
Yeah.
I picked it up the other day. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? A lot of dream pop and shoegaze.
Yeah.
Those
Can you
genres.
explain what shoegaze is?
Shoegaze is? Just like
You don't even know either.
a laid back form of rock. Like it's really chill, and it's just like a laid back version of rock. I don't know, like an alternative rock. But
Yeah.
it's but shoegaze is the genre.
It's so funny because I've never heard about shoegaze.
Neither
until
have I.
started Ross brought it up and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that was a
genre.
subgenre.
Is that how the
music.
gallery of sound is broken up now? It's
No,
like,
no,
well,
no,
we got the
it's-
rock, we got the shoegaze over here.
No, it's only brought up
You
pop.
got the Fugazi over there.
yeah.
Check
No,
out the
it's-
pedagogies to your left.
It's all broken up through pop and rock, and then you have the rap section, the R&B, and then you have the country section, and then the jazz and the blues,
Soundtracks.
the blues soundtracks, all that stuff.
And then and one last CD. What?
You get one more.
I'm trying to think of what else.
Make it good.
I listen to so much music every day. I'm sure how Rory watches movies daily, a lot every day.
That's true.
Um,
I'm very empty inside.
I don't know. I'd say the new Tremonti album. I don't know.
Attaboy.
oh, okay.
Yeah, new Tremonti.
Attaboy.
Yeah, new Tremonti.
And
I don't
it's
know.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as good as the last one, but good.
It's really hard to top that last one, though.
Yeah.
That's like one of those, you record albums like that once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Or for him, a few times.
Yeah.
Several times
It's
a lifetime.
insane how some artists might do one CD and it's just a perfect CD,
Uh-huh.
and then nothing else ever lives
Yeah.
up to that. But then there's artists that just keep putting
They're
stuff
pretty
out that's
steady.
better or on the same level,
par.
and
Yeah, they never give you that We Phoned It In album.
yeah.
There's not a lot of those.
I'd say
No.
I'd say Eminem is one. He only has one bad album out of 12 albums.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So that's really good.
I would say the Beatles are like that too. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh,
I feel
the Beatles were
yeah.
literally every one of their albums is a rock masterpiece, apparently.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do. You got to be very consistent to do that.
My favorite boy band, they only put out 3 albums, but
Yeah.
NSYNC, I feel is
Yeah.
all their albums.
I'd
are
say
really good.
Backstreet Boys don't have a bad album, even the ones without Kevin.
Yeah.
You know who else is doing a good job with that, apparently, and is making lots of money? Is Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
She-
She just
she's
bought
a-
back all her stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
She-
owns all of her recordings now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the rights and all that.
And who says you can't have it all?
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool, though, because, she did a whole Eras tour thing, and it went over pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she sells 3-4 versions of the same album, different bonus tracks on each one.
Yeah. No, she's a
She knows
marketing.
She knows what
Genius.
she's doing.
Genius,
yeah.
She knows what she's doing. So.
Yeah, because she'll sell exclusive albums with certain tracks on this album.
Yeah.
And then it's,
different covers
version
too.
B.
Different covers.
Yeah, and so, if you're a collector, right?
Yeah.
Especially a Taylor Swift fan.
Yeah,
they
you're gonna buy them all.
Want to buy them all.
Dude,
so.
Beck and I went to the bookstore the one day. It's BAM, right?
Oh, yeah.
Books a Million. Yeah.
Books a Million. It
Yeah.
just keeps on
Whatever.
changing.
Bam. It's Bam.
Bam.
It's Bam.
We were at BAM, and she was on the cover, I think, of Time magazine, and
Wow.
there were people that were there that were desperately sifting through magazines looking for it. And the one
Wow.
guy that we ran into that we knew had one, and people were like, "Where'd you get that?" I mean, that's cool though. I like that people
Yeah.
have something like that. So
Yeah.
positive in this world in which we live currently.
Yeah, I would say she is probably currently the biggest.
Oh, you know who else
Pop
I've been
star.
listening to that I'm a big fan of? Brandy Carlisle. If you ever,
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you
I
got to
remember.
check out that new album she put out with Elton John.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
saw them.
God.
I forget they did an awards show or something.
It's so
They
good.
Oh, I think they were on SNL together too.
Yeah,
But they were
that, But that album they
killer.
just put out
Yeah.
with her and Elton John. Oh my God, it's amazing.
It's so good.
So good.
I've been like loving Charlie XCX a lot
Yeah.
lately.
I'm a big Brandy Carlisle fan of her solo stuff though too.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move it over to Rory.
Well, I just had a question. Is that blood on your hands, sir? I just wanted to make sure.
Oh
It's,
no. That just I cleaned it off.
That's not an answer. That's not an answer.
Cleaned what off?
Oh my god! Every time he reaches into
Cleaned the
his,
blood off, or just like cleaned your hand? Like, what does that mean?
all I know is that every time I see him reach into his pocket, my heart skips a beat.
Yeah.
I don't know what's coming out of there. Last time it was a Twinkie, and I'm pretty sure it's old.
I think we're in such close quarters, though. He couldn't get like a good stab if he wanted.
I don't know. He seems like the type.
He
Get
does
shit
seem-
done.
Yeah. How about you, buddy? Go ahead.
Yeah, I actually got to see a bunch of movies. I won't stay on them too long, but
Whoa.
that was pretty cool. There was like a biker gang just blew through the woods.
We're out in the middle of the woods, and we thought we were lost. We're
Yeah.
not too far from a road, I guess.
Yeah,
guess not.
I hear people. I guess it's not that far.
Well, it's actually kind of this thing now where bikers like to drive through the woods and annoy animals the way they annoy me.
yeah.
I'm sorry for all our biker listeners, but I'm telling you, 3 a.m. when I'm in a sound sleep
Yeah.
and I hear that sound,
"Row."
yeah,
Yeah.
I just hate you.
I feel very uncomfortable riding a motorcycle. That's why I don't.
Sound reasoning.
Yeah, that's good reasoning, man.
I like it.
I like it.
So I got around to watching the only Kevin Smith movie I've never seen.
Oh wow, I thought you saw them all.
I did up until well, now I did. But this one I didn't not see it for any particular reason.
Yeah.
It's called Yoga Hosers.
I never.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the NFT movie too?
What's it called? It was like Overkill or something.
Overkill?
Something like that. I don't
Yeah.
know. No, that one I didn't see. But
Oh,
like,
okay.
so I guess there's another one I gotta go
Yeah.
find.
Well, no,
like
but-
his main ones,
Criteria,
right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yoga Hosers came out, and it was kind of like a smaller release, and I never heard a single good thing about it. It was like most people consider it like bottom tier Kevin Smith,
Yeah.
and I didn't feel that way about it. I thought it was perfectly fine. It's definitely not like. I mean, maybe I'd agree with it being in like the bottom part of his filmography, but like I didn't hate it. I thought the two leads were very charming. You
Yeah.
know, they were lots of fun, and you know, it's a very simple movie.
I love my favorite scene in that. I mean, I think those two leads are incredible.
Yeah.
I think they're really funny. My favorite part is when they sing Sticks.
Yeah, it's
together.
really good.
Yeah.
Even that song they opened the movie with is a lot of fun
Babe.
too.
Yeah.
To this day, I can confirm this. I have not seen a Kevin Smith movie where I was like, that's one I hate. I like him,
Yeah.
varying degrees, all of his movies. I saw Ballerina.
Yes. What did you think?
So I would say it's like a very generic plot to frame a really awesome action movie. I don't care.
Yeah.
that it's like a little generic motivation wise. It definitely doesn't hit me in the same way that like somebody killing John Wick's dog did, because I'm like, go fucking kill those people right
Get
now,
'em.
and do it in slow mo, because anybody that hurts dogs should get fucked up. But anyway, Ana de Armas, is that how you say her name? I can't talk today. I think she's just awesome.
Yeah.
I think she's like such a fucking cool actress, and like the physical stunts and stuff are really cool.
Insane.
The grenade fights are worth the
Wow.
admission alone, but
The
the real
flame-
showstopper is the flamethrower.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
so
was
good.
insane.
She crushed it. So that movie, I was nervous because I'm not always wild about spin-off movies. Sometimes they don't fare so well in the shadow of like where it came from.
Yeah.
I think this fit nicely into that world. You know, I don't know how
I
you
did
feel
too.
about it. You like
No,
it?
I loved it. I mean, like, I kind of talked about it before, but I really marked out when I saw Freddie Rodriguez in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, sure.
Because I love Planet Terror,
Mm-hmm.
and in that he plays, like a retired hitman named El Rey, and so I was like, no way,
that
this
the
is
same
amazing.
guy?
I'd like to think the character is connected, but I know it's not. But
Make it
No,
work
but
in your
he
head.
was in the beginning of this movie, and I'm like, shut up, he's in this, and I got so excited. So
Yeah.
I was like immediately on board.
But
Yeah.
like you dug the movie.
Yeah, the stunt work is insane, and like they have people set on fire for like 3 minutes, and it's crazy. It's just like all the stunt work that they do, all the fight scenes. It's definitely like a highlight reel of just like
Awesomeness.
people working at the max of their professional level. So
It's Ana de Armas, right? Is that
I
how you
think
say it?
yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, this movie apparently isn't doing well, so you should go check it out because I feel like this movie deserves not to slip in through the cracks into
Yeah.
obscurity.
I and the one thing too, I thought the John Wick scene was just gonna be like a passing by kind of thing where he's like, "Hey, good luck with that," Whoa, they killed my dog, and so I thought
killed from you? Yeah, I agree. Like,
Yeah.
Are you meaning like?
he was in it way more than I
Yeah.
expected. So I honestly thought it was gonna just be he walks by, says something, and then that's like the appearance, right?
Little cameo.
But he's actually in
Flamethrower.
the third act, like a good chunk of the
Yeah,
third act.
and it's like it's cool too because
I'd
like
say like
there's
a
a
majority of the third act. Yeah,
there's a cheap way to do that kind of a thing.
exactly.
And I felt like it was very, like I thought it was kind of emotional, and very like I like the way he was like empathizing with her.
yeah,
I
am trying to get out.
that was good. So for Becca's birthday, we revisited Titanic. I don't know if anyone ever heard of that movie, but
Nah,
hey, that movie kind of rocks. I'm just saying it. I really I know I'm a very small percentage of the population who says the Titanic is a very good movie.
No, I like it.
I'm
I
just
think-
kidding,
I think
Ross.
it's really good. I think it's really good.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's that perfect marriage of like practical and like, CG.
yes.
Like it's so funny if you ever watched the behind the scenes of like when the ship cracks in half, and it's just like a shitty model. Like you just see like them kind of blow it up a little bit, like
Yeah.
sparks, and it's in like a fucking tub, and you're like, how did they do that into what ended up in film? It was just it's
crazy.
James Cameron. Don't ever bet against James Cameron. Also watch The Lion King because it's The Lion King, and you should always watch The Lion King. To celebrate Friday the 13th, watch Friday the 13th Part 8. Jason takes Manhattan because
Yeah.
if you're gonna celebrate it with the one that most people think is the worst, and I do not agree. I think that movie is a lot of fun. I saw with Nail and I finally.
Oh my God,
Vince,
I know.
Vince, if you're listening right now, I finally got around to it because he's been literally trying to get me to watch this movie since we started the podcast.
Yes.
And he would always bring it up. I finally watched it, and I hope your ghost hears me.
Did you were you like freaking out about? Because did you remember the whole Del Preston
Of course,
stuff?
that haunted me my whole life.
Well, I
In Wayne's
meant
World 2.
like, did you know that character was in this movie, or did you kind of
No,
go in without
I
knowing
just
that?
I always remember Wayne's World 2 just having that character, and it's like
Yeah.
the thing I quote the most from that movie.
Yeah.
It's like I love that, like, I had to bait them to death with their own shoes. It's like so funny. And then that character is just in the movie,
Yes.
and
I
he's the
know.
same exact guy. The movie, like, it's funny because I would say it's like a very dry comedy, and very much not for everybody. Like, I can't think of like a lot of people in my life that I would like recommend it to that would get it, but like I thought it was really fucking funny.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
It's
you know,
so good.
Yeah, it's worth watching, but
Richard E. Grant.
it's always great.
Yeah.
and
but
this is no
this
exception.
Is like
His movie, yeah.
He's so good in it.
It's great. I also watched. Did you ever see Winchester 73?
No.
It's like a Jimmy Stewart movie.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's a western. They actually just put it on a Criterion. I would recommend the fuck out of it.
Okay.
It's really good. He's always great and likable, and the guy could be spewing the most hateful things in the world, and I'd be like, gee shucks,
Oh,
what a
wow.
great guy. Yeah, he's wonderful in it, and it's a really interesting approach to a western. So I don't want to say too much about it. I want you to see it.
Yeah.
I don't want
wanna
to
see it.
put anything in your head. So just watch it. And the last thing I wanted to highlight is I think my favorite movie of the year so far, Life of Chuck. Did you see it yet?
No,
You
I didn't.
fucker.
I know. I've
You
been so busy.
fucker. Hey.
I know.
Hey.
But I mean, you have been too. Like we've been doing a lot
We've
of
been doing a lot.
stuff, like events together.
Yeah.
Like where it's like hosting trivia, going on other podcasts and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And so
We'll talk about that at the
yeah.
end.
But yeah, no, it's just crazy. Like and then I was working on top of that. So I honestly didn't get a chance to
It's
see
also
Life
hard
of
to
Chuck
see
yet.
movies stuck out here in the woods.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it
That's
just-
what I mean.
I don't know if I saw the movie or if I hallucinated it.
Yeah.
No, Life of Chuck. It's one of those things, like, you know how like sometimes people talk about like what like the best movie of the year is, and it's usually some sort of Oscar baity film.
Yeah.
This is one of those movies that like I live for. It just affected me in a way where like once I figured out what the movie was about, I was just like, oh, I'm crying. And that's very indicative of Mike Flanagan, who I know like a lot of people say like Aaron Sorkin is like the guy for dialogue, but like can we get him in the conversation?
Yeah.
Mike
yeah.
Flanagan writes some of the most beautiful dialogue, and his wife Kate Siegel delivers monologue. She is like the monologue MVP. She does a thing in this movie, and I just like, and it's that point where you really start to understand what the movie's about, and she does it so perfectly. It's like this long stretch of dialogue that could have been boring in the hands of anybody else, but she just like fucking crushes it. It's so good. But if you like Mike Flanagan, this is among some of his best work, and it's just fills you with, I don't know, like it's like a very joyful movie, a very like emotional movie, very like, I don't know, I just think it's beautiful is the word I would use for it.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I want to see it. I think the cast and, of course, like the writer-director is a huge draw for me because I like love everybody in that. So I definitely can't wait to see it.
You need to see it specifically so I can say to you, EJ, how did you like Tom Hiddleston's dance scene?
Oh, I know.
Whenever
heard.
I see a movie where there's like a long stretch of dancing or even minimal dancing, I say, EJ, how do you rate it? And I swear, this is going to be like top tier shit for you.
Yeah.
And it's like joyful to watch.
I love dance, like random dance scenes
Yeah.
in movies.
I think a lot of really, truly great films have dance numbers in them, and I don't know why. Now, I'm not even
Yeah.
talking about like musicals, but just like
No.
people swaying around and dancing. There's something about dancing that just makes you feel something. It's like really hard to
Yeah.
explain.
I think it's just like this huge form of expression.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love that. And so in movies, like when a character's feeling good, I think like one of my favorites is probably like 500 Days of Summer, right? Like when
That's a good one.
him and Summer kind of finally have like a moment.
Is that when he like wakes up in the morning and he sees himself as Han Solo
Yes,
in the mirror? Yeah, that's really funny.
And he dances to like Hall & Oates. I think it's one of the best dance scenes.
It's a good flick.
It's a great movie. I think that movie's phenomenal. And I also, of course, Once Bitten. We've done that too.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Oh.
that random dance scene.
You ever
know?
see that, Ross Jones?
I heard of that. I never saw it, but
Oh.
it's Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah.
When he first started out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they showed it to you guys in prison.
Oh
like
no,
movie night.
that didn't make the cut.
No. I was too busy
Talking
shivving
about
somebody.
cuts.
No, dude,
No,
it's
we only get like small movies in the prison. We don't get anything big.
nothing that's gonna agitate the prisoners.
No.
We need something that's just gonna keep them calm.
Yeah.
No, Life
Low budget.
All right.
Life of Chuck. I don't usually do this, but Life of Chuck and Ballerina, two movies that I don't think are lighting the box office on fire at all. But go see them because they're worth your money. And that's the thing. There's a lot of movies that come out that are not worth your money. It's so funny. Like Life of Chuck was like one of those things that reminded me of one of my biggest complaints about modern film sometimes is that it's not always very joyful. If anything, it feels like you're just kind of being lectured.
Yeah,
Or like
you don't want that.
no,
That's one thing you don't
and
want.
sometimes it's just sort of like watching a film that celebrates like the human spirit, that celebrates life, that makes you feel like, I don't know, like it's kind of an honor to be here on this planet.
You don't feel like you don't want to feel like you're in school when you're watching a movie.
Yeah, like just like someone telling you you're a terrible person all the time.
Yeah.
But like this is just like one of those things where you're like, oh, like this taps into the best elements of what a human being is.
Yeah.
I don't want to oversell this movie. I know I'm doing this movie a disservice right now. That's what it meant to me. It might mean something different to you, but definitely check those two out, because I would hate to have them just sort of disappear from things.
Yeah.
Although they'll find their audience.
I think they'll find
There's
their
always stuff under the radar that's better than the mainstream stuff all the time.
Yeah.
With music, with movies, with books, with TV.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. There's so many movies that they'll come out and do poorly in theaters, and then somehow they find that cult audience.
It'll be a cult classic
and
again.
becomes like a huge classic, you know.
It's that thing we've talked about it before, like bad movies, you know, they find like a different type of audience sometimes, but like truly good stuff that comes out and it doesn't do so hot, like you know, when you go through like film history, movies like The Thing is a really good example. I don't think Shawshank Redemption did very well.
The Shining, It's a Wonderful Life didn't really do well
Big
until
bomb.
it went to TV and like people were watching it on like at home and then fell in love with the movie.
Yeah.
And now it's considered like one of the best movies of all time.
I would say that Life of Chuck falls into that kind of a thing, by the way. It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Get your hype. But anyway, yeah, I quality anything, I think, eventually like rises to the surface, and that's cool.
Yeah.
EJ,
Yeah.
what did you see lately?
Well, I saw How to Train Your Dragon.
Cool.
And it's the live action remake, I would say, of the animated series. Animated film from DreamWorks. It was phenomenal. It's crazy because, you know, like most movies that have been getting live action remakes from Disney, they try to change it, try to make it like something a little different. And I get it, because it's kind of like you want to put maybe like a creative spin on something. But it seems like
You're talking about hubris.
Yeah. But it feels like it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. But with this movie, they kept it the same. Like it's crazy. It's even like parts of dialogue are the same. And it blew me away. It was so good. And the audiences really are loving it. There hasn't been anyone out like complaining, because Lilo and Stitch has been getting a lot of heat post the movie because of like the changes that were made in that film. So it's kind of, I don't know, because I could understand from both sides. Like I understand if you want to make a couple changes because you feel like it suits the story a little bit better, or like maybe makes the film a little bit better. But sometimes it doesn't, you know. But this,
You liked you because we talked about this. For
Yeah.
the most part, you liked Lilo and Stitch.
yeah,
I think I said that it was one of the least offensive live action Disney movies, and I stand by that. But I
Yeah.
know exactly what you mean. Like sometimes they change things for the sake of changing things, or they're trying to appeal to like a modern audience.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's better just to kind of understand the source material, really.
Yeah.
And like sometimes it's strong enough just to stand on its own, and you don't need to
Make changes.
muck it up. And
yeah. I think if anything, like there was like a couple things that they added to How to Train Your Dragon, but it wasn't like where it drastically changed the whole story.
Okay.
It was like added more for like the father-son relationship.
Oh, good.
And I felt like it was needed. It was like, oh, cool. Like you were giving us a little bit more of that. And so the emotional stuff going on later on has like a bigger payoff. And one thing I'll say, Gerard Butler, holy shit. Like, why are we sleeping on Gerard Butler? I feel like, yeah, he went off and he did like some, like, you know.
I think you just answered your own question.
He did some like action movies that just didn't. But he should be a dramatic actor, because, oh my god, dude, I'm
I've
telling
always
you,
liked him.
in this, there's a couple scenes where you will come to tears.
Yeah?
I like from just his expression and acting, and he's so good.
I'm a frail, weak man, so like as soon
Yeah.
as it doesn't take much to get me to tears.
But,
True story. I see
it-
kittens and I cry.
But yeah, this is definitely like a must see.
worth
Yeah,
the
it's
time.
definitely worth it.
I think that's going to be this weekend's adventure.
Yeah,
Because there's a couple of them that I'm a little behind on.
yeah. I mean, yeah, me too. Like I am slacking so bad. I did a lot of rewatches of movies too. So did you ever see Night of the Hunter?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So I was like watching some YouTube like certain directors like Guillermo del Toro and talk about Night of the Hunter, and so I wanted to go back and like kind of rewatch it. And man, that movie is like incredible.
Yep.
Like it looks incredible, and I can't believe Charles Lawton. That was the only movie he ever directed. That
Which
was
is
it.
interesting, right?
Yeah,
Because it's like he's got all the everything that you need
yeah
to be a
because-
great director.
And then you watch like they were doing comparisons in this like video, and it's like Ari Aster borrowed like the that it looks like it's on a stage, but it's like the triangle cutout of the room and stuff, and you're like, wow, there's so many things that you can see other directors have pulled. Even like The Exorcist, there's like a scene when the character Powell is like walking up to the house, and it looks like The Exorcist with the lighting and stuff, and there's so much there that you're like, this is amazing. I can't believe I just feel like it doesn't get as much recognition from everyone.
It does.
Filmmakers. It does.
It's one of those like movies for cinephiles. Like
Yeah.
cinephiles love that movie.
It's such a gorgeous looking
Yeah.
movie, and the set design, the cinematography, the directing, and even Robert Mitchum's performance is outstanding. I think it's his best.
Do you own the Criterion?
Yes, I do.
Good for you. Attaboy, me too.
So that was like a rewatch, because I watched that YouTube video, and then I'm like, you know what? I want to rewatch that again. So I rewatched it, and I'm like, man, it is beautiful. And then yeah, I think that's the gist.
Before we jump into our movie of the day, if you want to call it that, Friday the 13th trivia was fun.
Oh yeah, we did Friday the 13th trivia. We had a huge turnout. It was awesome.
And you'd say that maybe the Friday the 13th series is responsible for the movie we're talking about today.
Yes.
So you motherfuckers. Anyway, yeah, the trivia was fun, and yeah, thanks to everybody who showed up and participated. It was awesome to see everybody, and it was really fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got one answer right. I never watched any of those movies, so that's why I didn't show up.
Yeah. It was
It's like it's not like the real thing.
nothing beats the real thing, baby. But
Jason's a puppy next to me.
yeah. But yeah, no. So yeah, that's all I watched. Definitely go see How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. But let's get into the movie that we're here to talk about today.
I hope everybody watch this movie and see how amazing it actually is.
Yeah, today we're talking about a movie called Bloody Murder, which came out in 2000.
And there's a number 2.
Straight to video, and there's sequels to this, which really is surprising, especially if you watch this first movie.
I don't know how they got the funding for the next ones.
Well, they had some time left over in the weekend that they shot this one.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, we got some budget left over.
Let's,
Yeah, they shot both of them in the same week.
yeah.
Can I tell you some initial things that jumped out at me about this movie?
Yes.
Okay. So, number one, it looks like an episode of Goosebumps.
I could see that. Yeah.
It looks like a Goosebumps.
It looks like a made-for-TV.
Yeah, it does.
Like really low budget.
It looks like it was filmed through a Pepsi bottle.
Man, so this film was made in 2000, but it looks like it was filmed in like the 1980s. But I don't think they meant to do that.
No.
I think like they just had like a low
Low budget.
Yeah, low budget, but also like a camera that they might have found. Like, I don't.
I like the way you describe that.
Like, it's.
They found it in the park and they're like, oh, I got a camera. Let's
Yeah.
use this one.
They're at like a thrift store.
And I thought about it. I'm like,
You know where they got the camera from? They got it from a church picnic for $5.
oh my god.
Jesus Rose.
Yeah, it's $5. But yeah, it looks like it's filmed in the 80s, and even the acting and just some of the stuff going on in this, it was weird.
love the acting
Yeah.
and the delivery of some of the dialogue in this, and we'll talk about it. But before we do that, guys, we're gonna do something that we typically don't do here on Freakquels. I'm gonna read you some trivia.
Oh,
Trevor Morehouse's mask, this is the killer question mark, is exactly the same as the mask seen in Sleepaway Camp 2 on Happy Campers. In that movie, two students plan to prank the killer, Angela, by scaring her while dressed as Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger. The mask appears again in Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland, where Angela fishes it out of the lake. So, this trivia fact right here is so disinterested in the movie that it came from. They started talking about two better movies. I think that's interesting. Jessica Morris, actress in this film,
the lead.
stated in an interview regarding her role as Jin in One Life to Live that she absolutely hated this film. And then it says, this is my favorite one. This film was a knockoff of the Friday the 13th sequels. No shit.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to do something similar, so I get it.
So that's all the trivia for that movie?
That's all the trivia.
Oh, wow.
I want to make up a trivia fact.
Yes.
The filmmakers, quote unquote filmmakers, designed their look for Trevor Morehouse based on the look of Jason Voorhees and the NES game.
Oh.
He looks like Jason in the Nintendo game.
He does. He really does.
They
yeah.
really had a low budget then.
I know he was all 8-bit. It was crazy. No, dude, it's so weird. I was like watching the movie. I'm like, what does he look like? And then I like, you know, I have that 8-bit Jason in the game on my wall.
Yeah.
Like I was like connecting the two, and I'm like, they didn't do that on purpose, did they?
They
He
did.
looks- yeah.
Yeah, they did.
But
Wow.
it's kind of like a bluish purple jumpsuit and a blue mask, and it's very questionable.
Man, I don't know.
But I wanted to read you some trivia facts.
Yeah.
One trivia fact seemed to be more about two different movies than Bloody Murder.
Yeah. Yeah, this it's really funny because they really went in on like the sleepaway camp stuff and then not Trevor Morehouse or the movie itself.
Yeah, the movies seemed to be very confused as to what it was trying to rip off.
Yeah.
All I can say, though, is once it started, I was like, is this an episode of Goosebumps? I wanted that intro so bad.
It's so bad.
And the dog.
Yeah.
And by the way, not a lot of animal representation in this movie.
No.
No,
me.
none at all.
Yeah. Anyways, so the film starts off with Bill and his pregnant wife driving along, and they run out of gas. And as he walks along,
Hey, real quick, when
Yeah.
they start talking, are you just like, man, like this audio
chemistry.
is not... Well, not just the chemistry. It's like...
just the beginning of it. I'm like, oh my god, what am I watching here?
The levels are wacky. For the dialogue, it's like
wacky.
so loud.
Oh, we will get into some of the ADR dialogue stuff.
It's wild.
It gets crazy.
But I like that the movie looks like it was shot on like a VHS camcorder. Do you remember those things?
Yeah.
They just slap a VHS tape into it.
Yeah,
It does. It's crazy.
it's like the lowest quality like camera and as you could have, basically.
Yeah.
The prototype. camera.
So they're driving along. He runs out of gas. So he has to run and get some gas. So he's walking down this long road.
Do you like the dissolves?
No.
So, like, for context for the listeners, you see this asshole walking down like an empty back road.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, rather than cutting, they just put a bunch of like ill-advised dissolves to show the transition of time.
Yeah.
For this man walking down a dirt road. It serves no function other than to let me know what kind of
Time
filmmaker we're
passed,
dealing with.
I guess, yeah. he leaves his pregnant wife, by the way, in the car, alone in the dark on a like this road where nothing is passing by.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think I saw a gas station a couple miles away. I'll go walk, right? And I'm just like, I don't know. I just felt like you can't call AAA or, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, no phone at all.
Yeah. Because this movie was made in 2000.
Yeah.
And cell phones existed.
That
so-
probably went through someone's head where they were probably watching this and they're like, well, they didn't have cell phones back then. No, they did.
They did. They had them.
The bag phones.
So he leaves his wife, and as he's walking along this lonesome road, he comes across Trevor Morehouse, a hockey mask wearing, chainsaw wielding serial killer / legend who kills him.
It's one thing, though, for this movie. Trevor Morehouse, not a bad name for a killer.
No,
I like it.
Yeah, it's funny because that's like the one thing I definitely remembered about this. Like, I remember the cover of him on it, right? And then I just remember the name, Trevor Morehouse.
It's a good name.
It's a good name.
I also think it immediately made me think of something. So this is supposed to be a rip-off of the Friday 13th movies. So
Yes.
you see the hockey mask and Trevor Morehouse wielding a chainsaw.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like most people think of Jason Voorhees as like a chainsaw wielding maniac, and none
He's
of the
not.
movies has he ever actually had a chainsaw. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, he had like a weed whacker at
Yeah,
one
in
point.
7.
But, yeah. But
Yeah,
I
but
think
he's
that's
never-
about it.
Isn't that weird though? Because like when I was a kid, that's how they always depicted him. It was always like the hockey mask and the chainsaw, but he's never actually held one.
No, it was all Trevor Morehouse.
It was
this
all
whole
Trevor
time.
Morehouse. I know. Trevor Morehouse got there before he could.
So yeah, then we cut to these teenagers driving along their way to camp.
Did you do any research on what the fuck song is playing right now in this movie when they're in
No.
the car?
I didn't do any research. No. It sounds like it'd be something that I might like, but I don't know who. I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, I had no idea who it was. I didn't like. Sometimes I'll like
I was
Shazam
gonna
it.
Shazam it, but I'm just like, I don't know if I even like this. So that's why I didn't.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know. I just want to see how this plays out.
So,
Yeah.
so this movie didn't fill you with any type of inspiration to lift up your phone and hit a button.
No,
That's
no.
how little it meant to you. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So we cut to the group of teens on their way to camp, and they're talking about the lore of Trevor Morehouse. And at this point, I was like, so was that scene them talking about Trevor, like a tale that they heard of Trevor Morehouse, or did that scene really happen? And like, if she's pregnant and out of gas, did she ever get home, or was she killed by Trevor
The
Morehouse?
movie never bothers to tell us
And
the outcome.
All these questions arose, and I'm like, I think I'm thinking about this way too
Well,
much.
after he kills that guy, you'd think he would go and kill her.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a loose end.
Yeah.
You gotta tie up.
You have no idea if this is like a legend that the Toby's telling his friends,
Yeah.
or is this like
They don't
something
tie-
that
they-
actually happened?
They don't tie up the loose ends. They just leave it like open. Like
So this actually could have been a really good way to kind of get the movie started. If like you see the beginning and
Yeah.
you see like Trevor Morehouse come out with a chainsaw and kill the guy, and then you cut to them telling that story,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But instead it's like two things that don't really go together well.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like obviously like if there's a woman left on the side of the road, there probably would be some kind of a crime scene in that back road because a guy either was murdered and found or completely disappeared.
Right.
But they never mention him again.
Nope.
They're just trying to like rush the movie. Like they're not taking their time. They're just like rushing it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
They're
That's a
like-
fair
They're just like, oh, it's an hour and a
observation.
half. Let's rush it.
Here's a cold sting we'll never come back to.
Yeah, but it could have worked though if they're just like, and then what happened? It's like, well, no one knows. There's something.
Yeah. Or
if-
like the police bringing up later, like, oh, we had a pregnant woman whose
Yeah.
husband went
Yeah.
missing.
Something.
They never talk about it again.
But I do like the fact that rather than having there be like a smooth transition from scene into scene, they went with dumb dialogue.
Yeah, it's terrible.
The dialogue's
The
great.
dialogue is pretty bad. But it gets even better when they arrive to camp, because when they arrive, Jason, Julie, Dean, Whitney, and Toby are
Whose
greeted
names are said about 15 times.
are greeted by Patrick, their boss. He's like, "Hi, I'm Patrick, your boss for the next 6 weeks." hello, and he just says their names out loud. And then he's like, I recognize you guys from your applications. And he shows them like a receipt-sized paper, right? It's like a really small, it would be like a news clipping, right?
Post-it.
And then he's like, hey, I recognize you guys from your applications. He shows them this like receipt, right? And it's very small, and then he tries to stuff it in the back of his pocket.
I just carry this around.
Yeah, I was like, how do you know them? Like, how would their pictures even fit on that? Like, all of them with their names. Get out of here.
It's great though that like
Yeah.
he didn't really need to do that in the movie. The director.
He didn't have to.
No,
No.
that whole scene could just get cut out.
Yeah.
Drop this down to
Yeah.
like a nice hour 28.
Yeah.
Would have been better.
That could have been a deleted scene that they never used.
Yep. Chopping, cutting room floor.
And then we see another guy show up, Brad, who is there too, who has some beef with Jason, which is Julia's boyfriend.
Beef
And-
question mark?
Yeah, beef question mark because it's over track and field.
Which is some real high stakes drama.
And it's weird because, Rory, did you have a rival in track and field?
No, you just ran against people and then we all got on buses and went home.
Well, here's the weird thing about this, right? They're rivals, but they were from the same school and lost because the Jason guy, his knee blew out. So he's like,
Yeah, he's like blaming him for what?
yeah, Brad's like,
His own body failed him.
yeah. And Jason's giving Brad a hard time. And they're like, sorry, we're rivals from the same track team. What? The same track
How are
team?
you rivals when you're teammates?
Yeah, you're supposed to be on the same team, dicks.
Yeah.
What is
My brain processed it immediately. Like, it just as soon as I started talking, I'm like, oh, they went to different schools.
No.
No, they're on the same fucking team.
Fucking team.
Wow.
But that-
Competition, being on the same team.
I mean, again, like, you could do something like this, but maybe have them, I don't know, like one of them cheated or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're the reason my knee blew up. But he's basically
Or-
like, my body sucks and it's your fault.
Yeah, or like if they were in the same school, but then one of them moved away to to be in another school.
Right.
That would make sense. But
Yeah.
not
I-
being
it's
on the
just-
same-
Oh, and being on opposing teams.
Yeah.
I just
yeah.
don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
if like the writers knew what track and field was.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Yeah. So Toby and the two girls move some boxes into the pantry, and Toby and Jules end up getting stuck in the walk-in freezer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
That's a good scene.
Toby kind of like hits on Julia a little bit.
And that dialogue is just crackling.
It's yeah, but here's the thing: like Toby might be the best male actor in this movie. Maybe.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. He's one of the
Yeah.
better actors, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
That's saying a lot.
But then Whitney comes along and she lets them out after he tries to hit on Julie.
I do like when they first go to the pantry and they play this like spooky music for no good reason.
Yeah, it's like, oh, all right, here's a cheap scare we'll get out of the people, and it's just like
Nothing.
do 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 do, and you're like, what is happening?
You need to like
What
have.
you're setting a mood, but for what?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and
There's
they
no
could've-
payoff.
It could have worked. Like they could have just had like a POV, someone's watching her do it, and then stick
Right.
the music in. But instead, they're just like she's putting groceries away. It's just like this spooky music.
There's no cat that jumps out. There's like nothing happens.
This movie needed a cat.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
There's nothing that pops out or anything. It just plays spooky music. And you're like, what are you setting up? Like, you play spooky music to set something up. You don't just, like, play it.
I'm just glad that the filmmakers didn't go with one of those like those CDs they'd sell at like the dollar store of like
Oh my
Halloween
God.
music. You're like a witch.
It's like,
They could have to save money.
Yeah.
probably
Our score cost us $1.
$1.
Yeah,
So,
they're going like bargain based prices there.
meanwhile, we have Dean, who kind of looks like a Kmart Bruce Campbell.
Yep. Becca said that too.
Yeah. He's kind of like he was the one that drove them there and stuff.
Yeah, poor
And-
man's Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, and he shows Jason, who's like the former track star asshole. He's like, "Yo, check out this," and it's a cool case of beer. And he's like, yeah, I got the supplies for later, if you know what I mean.
Dude, I've already forgotten this scene.
Yeah.
I did too.
Do you
I
remember
watched
that?
I watched it last night.
I watched it last night too.
He's like, yeah, check it out. And he pulls like a blanket back. And you think it's going to be like weed or like something a little heavier. And it's just like a case of beer. Just a case of beer. And he's like, I got the goods for
Was
tonight.
there a brand?
No.
Was it like nondescript beer?
Yeah.
It's just like a case that says beer.
It just said
It's like
beer.
a 6-pack. It literally was like a 6-pack.
Yeah. It just said beer on it. That's all it said.
I wish each of the cans just had the words 6-pack. 6-pack beer.
6-pack of beer. That's man.
Well,
Can
you
you
got-
get 3 Jacks to start selling a 6-pack of beer?
Only if it's called 6-pack beer.
So later on, by the lake, the gang brings out the canoes.
And they're playing some like good old boy tunes.
Yeah, it's like
Backwood. Yeah, it's like some generic country music
It's
or
so
something.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like hillbilly like country music.
Yeah.
No urge to break out Shazam for this one either.
No.
No, you guys brought me
Nope.
nothing.
Yeah. No.
Maybe I'll do some research into the soundtrack.
Yeah. Let us
If
know.
it even exists.
Yeah.
Text us and let us know.
Hey, if anybody could send us a free copy of the soundtrack,
Oh no.
please
Yeah,
don't.
does somebody have in their collection?
Please don't.
Does somebody have in their collection? Is this like somebody's favorite movie out there?
Probably not.
No, this is somebody's favorite movie.
You think so?
Oh gosh, there's like people. There's something for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody like
That's
has
true.
a thing.
Yeah, there's probably someone out there that's like, Bloody Murder might be one of the best movies I've ever seen.
And it's funny because they're like my 2 favorite movies are Bloody Murder and Citizen Kane. We can't figure this fucking person out.
So we see, they bring out the canoes, and that's when they meet Drew Zimke. And Drew is assigned to be a co-counselor with Julie, which I was like, I don't even know what that means. But I guess... But I guess they're just bunking together. I don't know. So Julie and Drew...
There's like a weird sexual tension going on between those two.
I
I
didn't-
thought it was gonna like go somewhere.
Yeah.
Like they were gonna like have a moment in the woods where they're just kind of like, I really like you, Julie. It doesn't amount to anything.
No.
But
it's
doesn't
just-
it feel like there's like a thing going
There's
on
like
between them?
some kind of weird buildup, and I don't know if it's supposed to be like misdirection for like later on. I don't understand this, but
Hey, I got some information on the soundtrack, guys.
All right.
Okay. There's actually some music here.
oh no,
Yeah, we got a soundtrack. This song, I think the one we were just talking about, and for the person who loves this movie out there in the world, and if I'm incorrect with this, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure the song we just heard was called Country Girl. Performed by the Ton-Ups? T-O-N?
what
Ton-Ups?
tune-ups? I don't know.
No, it's not tune. It's like T-O-N, ups.
Oh, Ton-Ups.
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 We got another classic song from Industrial TP.
That's the name of the
song.
band?
Yeah, that's the name of the band. The song is
Industrial
called
TP?
Joe's Airfield. There's only 2 more songs, guys. Don't worry. We got more Industrial TP. This song's called "We're Gonna Ride It," and then we got we got another classic song from Michael Gardner called "The Water." So there is a soundtrack.
What?
Wow. Like a
4
little
songs.
EP.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like one of those like EPs new bands hand out.
Yeah.
The first couple
This-
shows.
Yeah. Oh man,
Wow.
we need to get that soundtrack.
Bloody Murder. That's
Yeah.
the soundtrack. if
Yeah,
anybody
find that
wants to look it up.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
Probably like $60
Yeah.
on this guy.
Can't wait.
If anybody wants to burn us a mix and send it to us,
or
don't.
just want to burn it.
burn it. Yep.
So,
Moving on.
so Julie and
That's
Drew.
why we didn't look it up.
Yeah. Julie and Drew are on a walk together, getting to know each other a little bit, and Drew forgets her camper list, so she runs back. And Julie runs into the local Crazy Ralph named Henry, but he's basically Crazy Ralph from Friday the 13th.
It's plagiarism.
Yeah, it's like a straight up knockoff, and
You're doomed.
he's like, "You're doomed.
Trevor Morehouse has returned.
He's returned. He's back. He's back." And you're like, "Okay, man."
I think that's my favorite character of the movie, that guy.
That guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's in it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
He's causing drama.
Yeah.
He's
He
like,
might
"You're-
be the best actor in the movie.
You know what's funny? I just thought that. I was like, I know I gave Toby praise, but maybe this guy was like the best actor in the movie.
I like later on when he's causing like drama amongst people. He's just kind of like, your dad's a piece of shit.
Your dad
Talk to him about it.
So Julie writes an email to her dad. And it has the worst ADR I have ever heard in a movie. Like, that's like the audio over.
Yeah.
The voiceover sounds like it was recorded inside of a tin can.
Yeah, it's so...
That's
like, dear dad. This normal dialogue... Yeah, normal dialogue is like here, right? It's like, hey, what's up, Drew? How are you? How's it going? And then when she's writing an email... Which we could obviously just read and just show it, right? Yeah. But they're like, you know what? Let's just have her do the voiceover reading this email out loud. Yeah. So the email is about here. Hi, Dad. It's Julie, and I'm just telling you I got to camp safely.
Now it's that.
Yeah.
But it sounds like she's like
in a tin
it was
can.
recorded inside of a tin can.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, Dad.
There you go. That's it.
Hey, Dad, it's me, Julie. I got to the Cape safely.
Actually, you sound better. EJ, without trying, sounds better than
they
the
didn't
movie.
have any money to pay for the correct audio, so they just made it as cheaply as they could.
Yeah.
These are the facts.
They definitely, man, it was bad. So Drew tells that her, like, so basically... Julie and Drew have a conversation, and she tells Drew that her mom died recently, and Drew connects over losing one parent too. She's like, oh man, that really sucks. I lost a parent too.
Oh no.
Yeah. Wow.
Their dialogue
It's really... Sorry about that, man. It really is like so...
flat.
Not... Yeah.
Natural or anything.
It's like how many times did you hear somebody say that, like in a movie or a show or...
Oh, is this like when they come to invite Julie out?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Julie had... Yeah.
I wrote this down. The dialogue is literally, want to come? That's okay. I'm tired. Next time then. And then she's out the door.
Yeah.
I'm like, why even have this in here?
Yeah.
Why?
That's more deleted scenes that you can get rid of.
Yeah. So Julie heads to the campfire with everyone, and Jason asks if anyone wants to play the game of bloody murder. It has a lot of fucking rules.
There's a lot going on.
He's like, okay, you have to run to the tree. You have to scream bloody murder. If no one comes and finds you, you have to go and find them. And literally,
then
it
you
goes
gotta
on.
go into town. You got to put on a
It's
sombrero.
like 10 minutes of rules. I'm like, I'm lost. Like, I could play any board game, but this sounds difficult.
I would
like,
be
what's
writing it
going on?
down.
I know. So he explains the rules of bloody murder. But when it comes down to it, he's like, if you're it, and I'm like, so it's just tag? I guess it's just tag.
A convoluted tag.
Yeah. So everyone agrees to play. And by the way, I think I've seen better acting in video games because like there's certain times when characters are interacting with each other, or just like they walk so awkwardly, and it feels like a first generation like PlayStation game.
Okay,
right?
You brought something up. I had it later on in my notes. I need to talk about this.
Yes.
Julie, that's her name, right? Julia or Julie?
Julie.
Who cares?
Yeah.
When she walks, it's like she's second guessing herself or something.
All the time, yeah.
It's so weird.
It's really awkward. I mean, everybody that walks in this movie, it just feels like unnatural.
Yeah, like they're like trying, like their acting is bad when they walk.
Yeah.
I don't
know if it's
it.
like the director's like, slow down, slow down, slow down.
or like if they just thought that like when you walk, you also have to act as opposed to just walking.
Yeah.
I never heard that in my life, but in this movie, yeah, I guess it's
Bad
Can you walk
walking
acting?
Yeah, it's very confusing.
yeah, walk acting.
But I noticed that there's a part later on where it's like she's in like the cabin or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm watching her and I'm like, why does she walk like it's the first time she's ever done so?
It's so true.
It's so weird.
But doesn't it remind you of like an old school like Resident Evil game? Like, it's like that we don't know the mechanics of human movement yet, but we're getting there. Yeah.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah.
It's very peculiar.
Because it's just like
Yeah, I wish people could see EJ doing this. It's very very on the money.
It's like if AI tried to figure out like walking. You know what I mean? It's just like I think we have a video of it, or we have it. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but anyways, at one point, Jason pulls a prank on Brad where he pops out with like the Trevor Morehouse mask,
Which
and he
is
scares him.
great because that's not the first time this happens.
No,
And it's awesome because, like, once you do that a few times, it really diminishes the fear factor of Trevor Morehouse because you're
Yeah.
always like, oh, it's probably not him.
it's probably not him again.
You know, it's not good.
Yeah. So then Julie gets mad at Jason, and immediately, like, she's like, why did you do that? It's a weird cutscene. They just, like, cut, and she's like, why did you do that to Brad? And he's like, oh, come on, it was just a joke. She's like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm like, she immediately forgives him. Like, it's like, why even... You didn't have, like, time to, like, build. You could have, like, actually taken time there to establish, like, she was mad at him. But she's like, why'd you do that? And he's like, it was a prank, baby, what? And she's like, okay, I'm sorry. Let's talk.
He says something to her, and she's like, or what? You'll punch me in the stomach?
Yeah.
That's a weird line.
I know. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here?
That line hit me like a Mack truck.
Yeah.
And her delivery of it is awesome. Hey, you know what's really funny about her? I looked her up because I was like, no way she went on to do other things. She's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she
Really?
out of everybody
Wow.
in this movie, she's the one that kind of like took off and had like a successful career.
I heard she got a walking coach.
Oh no.
Wow. Yeah, she would have to have a walking coach after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
After that performance.
So Drew and Julie chat about Pat and a little bit about Guam for some reason.
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on with Guam in this movie.
And then she's like, hey, you want some pot? And then Julie's like, oh, no, I'm okay. And then meanwhile...
That's, you know what's funny? It sounds like you just like rushed through that, but no,
that's the whole scene.
The whole scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jason comes across someone, but we only see their shoulder and it cuts away. So we don't see what happens. We just assume maybe it's Trevor Morehouse.
Probably the director accidentally walked in a shot.
Yeah.
Like,
To
leave
give
it
direction.
In.
Just leave it in. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, it looks good.
So the next day, Julie is looking for Jason and is warned, is worried because no one has seen him.
Oh wait, did you go past the part where the one guy, I think,
yeah.
what's his name?
Bruce
Dwayne?
Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. I
Yeah,
don't know, who
Dean.
cares?
Dean.
He like sees two of the counselors
Hooking up. And it's Jason.
Oh, yeah, I was going to talk about that scene, yeah.
Yeah, and it's Jason and Whitney.
Now, I was so nervous for that actress, Whitney.
Yeah.
I was like, keep your clothes on, not for this movie.
Not this movie.
Don't do
Yeah,
it. And
this
thankfully,
is-
she
yeah.
kept her integrity.
Yes, yeah.
Because I was just like, I'm like, it feels like it's gonna be that kind of a movie.
Yeah,
like
where
a
it's
real
just like-
sleaze fest.
Yeah.
And thankfully, this movie was very like almost G-rated.
Yeah, I would say it's like G-rated.
I'd
Like,
say G,
there's
yeah.
maybe
Like
one
PG-13.
gruesome kill.
Yeah,
But it's not even gruesome. It's kind of
No.
like, yeah.
it's like goofy, but
Yeah.
I was just like, I was nervous for her. I was like, this is gonna be something that comes back to haunt you in life. And,
Yeah, just don't do it.
But thankfully, they were classy about the whole thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, Julie's worried the next day. And eventually later on, Dean and Whitney go for a quick canoe trip.
Did you see their shirts? The
No.
shirts, it says CPP.
Oh, yeah. Because it's Camp Placid Pines.
Yeah, but it just says, their shirts just say CPP.
CPP.
And it's more like I see doo-doo.
Well, that's
See doo-doo.
That's the budget they had for this movie. They'd even give him shirts like that.
That actually sounds more like a camp. See doo-doo.
See doo-doo.
Yeah, then...
CPP.
Yeah. And, Camp Placid Pines. I'm like, that's a bad name.
No.
That's like not... What? And then when you were like Camp Doo-Doo, or See Doo-Doo, I'm like, that's actually sounds like a real camp.
Camp doo-doo.
Yeah.
That's where all the dumb kids go.
So, yeah, Dean and Whitney go for a canoe ride, and Dean becomes like a creep. He's like trying to put moves on her.
Oh my
He's like,
God.
I saw you and Jason last night. What about us? And she's like, come on, man. Like, move past it.
He looks like a monster.
He does. He's like
Like his face changes into like I don't even want to describe it. It's just gonna upset people if I do. He's super creepy.
Yeah, and he lets Whitney fall overboard, and she's like, "Oh, I can't swim," and so
All right, so here's the thing though. He's an asshole for doing what he did, right?
yeah,
But like her whole like Muppet approach to grabbing the oar was unacceptable.
there's
Some Muppet approach.
I guess she can't swim, but you can grab onto things.
yeah, it's like
she couldn't swim at all. Couldn't grab
you can use like your grip to grab something,
She had no like
or hold on to the sides of the canoe, like instead
Something.
of like flailing your arms like,
Like a
Kermit the
Muppet,
Frog.
yeah.
She's like, "Oh,
The
no!"
fucking dude, the oar, it was like right next to her, and she's just like batting around with her hand, and I'm like, okay, this guy's a dickhead, but you kind of deserve to drown at this point.
She has like
Yeah.
no like she can't even use her hands. Like she's like
No, she's in a panic.
Yeah.
But he ends up pulling her back on board.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, finally.
yeah.
And let's have a moment, the three of us.
Yeah.
What was this scene for?
I don't
Don't
even
know.
To show a drowning victim.
to build suspense.
Is it?
I guess.
Is it just to kind of like put doubt into the other campers' heads that he might be
Dean
a bad
might
guy?
be a bad guy.
Is that what this was for?
Yeah,
I
maybe.
guess so.
Because there was a
Maybe.
point where I'm watching this and I'm like, this just seems like they're just looking for things to do to fill out this running time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
They
think
are.
so.
It's
There's
just
like some
it's just
stuff
filler.
that-
It's just filler.
Yeah,
like-
all
oh,
filler,
man.
no killer.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this movie came up like 59 minutes. We got to fill it up. Universal monster movies are longer than this.
Yeah.
So they just made up things. No, it just seemed very like pointless.
Yeah.
It did. Yeah.
And
no.
it never really go back to it or anything like that. So I was thinking maybe like, because yeah, later on when they go back on, they go back to the other characters, they're like, they actually like get the scene wrong. Because
Yeah.
he said he like flipped the canoe over or something, and that didn't
Right.
happen.
No, he didn't like push her out. Like she fell in,
Yeah.
but she was like in panic mode, and he was like, he was trying to, I think, like kiss her or something, but he
But like later on though, like Julie says that Dean tipped the canoe over, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, yeah. So Drew and Julie tell Patrick that Dean almost killed Whitney, and they're like, he knows she can't swim, and he took her out on a canoe anyways. And Patrick's like, all right, I'll see what he has to say. I'll go talk to him, right? I'll go have a talk with him. Later on that night, Julie gets a bad ADR email from her dad. Like the voiceover again is like,
Hey Julie, it's your dad. I hope everything's going well at camp. I'm really busy with business right now, but I'll see you soon. Love, Dad.
That's my job. Business.
business.
That's exactly what it sounds like. You just
Right.
nailed it.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Whitney hits up the pantry for food, but comes across Trevor Morehouse and is actually stabbed. So we kind of see it cuts away before she gets attacked. Which
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
like,
they're all, like,
is this
watching
movie
a-
doing this all the time when someone gets attacked?
They're like all the campers. They're like having
Watching
movie
a
night.
movie, yeah.
And it looks like they're watching a better movie.
Yeah.
It looks like a better movie than one we're watching.
Yeah.
The fake movie. But yeah, she sneaks off to go get some Ritz crackers or some shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's part. I'm not making it up. She
No,
literally
it is
says
Ritz
this.
crackers,
She literally says this in the beginning of the movie. That she's going to live off of Ritz crackers, and I'll read you the quote in just a moment of some of the stuff that she was saying. But she goes in to get her crackers, and then she is murdered by Trevor Morehouse. Maybe.
Yeah.
Is
we
it
don't
him?
know because it cuts away.
Yeah.
It cuts away.
And
We
you
don't
see
know.
Ritz crackers with blood on the ground.
Yeah, and then it cuts back like to the movie, and then it cuts back to her, and you just see blood and like the Ritz crackers around the blood or whatever.
Can I read you guys a quote from this movie?
Yes.
Let me see if I can find it really quick, because there's a whole thing in here about Ritz crackers. Hold on a second. Okay, so at the beginning of the movie, he says, Toby says, "It frightens me to think that my diet for the next 6 weeks will consist primarily of creamed spinach and Mrs. Pete's tater tots." And then Whitney says, "Well, I'm sticking with what I know, Ritz crackers and peanut butter. Basic building block of a well-rounded eating disorder." What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah. What the fuck was that? Yeah.
She's really skinny and she has an eating disorder.
But like, is that
Yeah.
like
I don't know.
a thing?
I don't know.
I never saw like one of those after-school specials where like the mom's going through her daughter's drawer and she's like, "Oh my God, Ritz crackers!"
But it wasn't even
we need
needed.
to talk to Whitney.
Yeah, like why is this in there?
Well, that
and
line-
it's used as a joke.
It is. It's very much like supposed to be like a stop and laugh moment, but
But it's not funny.
no,
It's not
literally,
funny
My
at all.
response to Becca was, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
It's very strange.
and it's jarring. Yeah.
yeah. That's for sure.
So
I just wanted to read you that dialogue.
So the next day, Patrick gets told that Whitney is missing by a character we never even met before. She's like, "Whitney is missing." I'm like, "Who are you?"
Yeah, there's like 2 characters in this movie.
that just show up and like are introduced, and I'm like, I don't even know who they are.
Were they like there for like reshoots, do you think? Because I have a
Maybe?
suspicion that maybe this movie was too short and they went back and filmed some other
To
crap.
add? Oh,
they're-
maybe.
They
Dude,
probably
they're-
just added stuff to it. Yeah.
But like, there's like 2 characters in this movie that I'm like, oh, you're
the
in
fuck
this
is
movie?
this? Yeah.
And how come like you're absolved from the plot?
Yeah. We never meet this girl ever before, and she's the one that relays the message that Whitney is missing.
Yeah, which doesn't even know him.
Yeah.
She's
I'm
not like a part of the
what?
group. Even like in the movie.
That's like a moment to use like, oh, we have our main character who's a little nervous about her boyfriend missing. Now her best friend is missing. This is probably a good time to,
Yeah.
build on that.
Yeah.
No, we'll just have some random character tell this
Yeah,
news
she-
to Patrick.
But like, it's just weird to me that character never has any real threat when it comes to Trevor Morehouse.
No.
It's like she was wearing her slasher repellent or something.
yeah, slasher. Repellent,
Never
yeah.
leave home without it.
Never leave home without it.
But yeah, I thought that was very peculiar because there was a point where I'm like, wait, who the fuck are these people?
Yeah. I was like, what the hell
How
is
come
this?
they weren't mentioned
Nah.
during the 20 times when they start rattling off all the names of the characters like they're singing boho days?
And this character, it's her and that blonde guy,
That was
right?
a tick tick
Yeah.
boom.
yeah. Her and this blonde guy are introduced. The guy gets a name. This girl never gets a name. Like they don't even give her a name at all.
She's no name.
And she's like, and she
That
survives.
is her name.
She survives.
She does.
She's a survivor. And I'm like, why?
Maybe she
Okay.
just doesn't like getting involved in shit. She's just like,
Yeah.
you guys have your own stuff going on.
You guys seem really busy with all your stuff going on. So, anyways, Patrick
Maybe she
contacts.
has like her own room like Glinda and Wicked.
Oh yeah.
Like a nice little space away from everybody else.
She's just like, oh, I have my own room.
I want to be popular.
So yeah, Patrick contacts the sheriff, and the sheriff is like a top-notch investigator, asking all the kids about Dean and Whitney. And Toby figures out everything because he sets his watch timer to go off every hour. So he comes up with like a laid-out scenario, like he was like Sherlock Holmes. He was like, well, if my watch went off at this hour, I was sitting with Dean, and Dean disappeared for 5 minutes because at the highlight of the movie, the big climax part, he disappeared, which gives him enough time to go to the pantry and kill Whitney. And I'm like, I am suspicious of Toby.
I noticed some Ritz cracker crumbs on his shoes when he returned.
Yeah.
No, it's it's weird. He like it's almost like he fetishizes it.
Yeah.
Because he's just kind of going on for
And he's just going-
excruciating detail.
And he just goes off because he sets his watch timer to go off every hour, and that's how he just figured out this whole plot.
because he's like, oh yeah, he was with me talking to the cop.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, oh, so he's innocent. He's like, not necessarily,
Not
because technically at this exact hour of the night, he disappeared, which would have given him ample time to kill Whitney.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
I think they were trying to go with like the a Randy Meeks from Scream thing with this character.
Sure. You're right.
And it just didn't come off that way. It comes off like he's a serial killer, right?
Or like a
because he
real
has this
creep.
a wild ass theory, and just based off of like my watch goes off every hour. So this guy like creates whole ass scenarios just because his watch goes off.
And not only that, but the movie. And again, just my theory that maybe this movie ran short or something, but like they actually show you his theory.
Yeah, they
like,
show you
it.
it play out, and you're like, okay.
Why couldn't he just say, "Oh, I saw Dean get up and leave at one point"?
Yeah,
that's
it. Like that would have been fine. But after the sheriff hears this wild theory, he actually takes Dean in for more questioning. He's like, "All right, you're coming with me, and we're gonna hold you overnight too." And so Julie goes to chat with track star Brad about. She's like, "I'm really sorry."
Wait, is this like when he's like painting or something?
Yeah, he's painting.
She's like the master shot is like it looks like the camera fell on the floor.
Yes.
Yeah, like they dropped the camera and they were like, whatever, we'll use it.
That looks pretty good from there.
Yeah, it's a weird angle.
That looks pretty good.
She has another really great line when they're just talking and trying to connect with each other.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how like they're all like I don't know, like going to this camp runs in their family or something.
Yes.
And
yeah.
she says, I was hearing about these woods before I could walk. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, like her parents are just like,
that's weird.
Won't shut the fuck up about a summer camp.
Yeah.
Like
that's really
what?
Weird.
Yeah, that's so weird.
I was hearing about these woods before I could walk.
Yeah.
Never has there been such a weird pairing of words.
Well, she just learned how to walk, so you know what I mean? Like she's so.
Oh God.
Yeah, that day when she got the camp, that's when she heard about it before she could walk.
EJ, goddamn, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, that was good.
So Drew and Julie smoke pot to help Julie chill over like her missing boyfriend and best friend and that one missing.
Yeah.
Is this when they're out in the woods?
Yeah, and she's like, "Come on, let's smoke some pot, right?" And so Drew, she gives Julie some pot to help Julie kind of like chill out over her boyfriend that's missing and her best friend that's missing too. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile,
hey, there's some more stupid dialogue.
Oh, this is
when
this
they're
is
like
some
when they're
bad,
like talking about
their parents being dead and
it's so one of them is from Drew. This might be one of the most stupid things I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Misery comes in lots of different forums. It's all miserable.
Forums?
That's what it says.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Not forums.
I thought it was forums. But
Yeah.
according to what I'm reading right now, it's misery comes in lots of different forums. It's all miserable.
Wow.
I love Julie, what she says about her mom. She says, "It just doesn't seem fair. 17 years. I was just getting to know her, you know?"
I forgot about that.
17 years.
She's supposed to be 18. What?
I was just getting to know her. That's such a weird Oh my God.
I remember her as long as before I could walk. 17 years, you know? Oh my God.
I picture the writer just thinking this is landing, like just kind of sitting there, like
this
man,
is the good
I
scene
can't
here.
wait for my girlfriend to read
man.
this.
This is
She's gonna tell me I'm real deep.
So Julie runs into Henry again, which is the Crazy Ralph character, and he's like, "Your dad knows about this."
I'm so sorry. I don't. Just before, and we'll come
Yeah.
right back to it. I promise. There's also one more stupid piece of dialogue. I had to write it down, and there's no way
Yeah.
I'm going past it. This is Julie to Drew. Your toes are beautiful. Do you remember that they do like a weird shot of like Drew's toes?
Yeah. And they just to show how beautiful those toes are.
Yeah.
He was like, you know what? This is for Quentin Tarantino. When he watches this, he's gonna be like, "Fucking
Tarantino's
man."
gonna be like,
Yeah.
movie of the year.
Does she have a foot fetish?
Someone does.
Someone does, because that's a real
the director.
weird.
The director.
That's a specific thing to draw attention to.
Yeah, that's so weird.
And
When
it's
I
like
first
it's some
met
of the
Ralph,
only coverage in the movie.
they're like, get coverage of this foot shot.
Wasn't that weird?
Yeah.
There's
That
so many
was
like
weird.
wide shots and like medium shots and stuff, but like
That's the close-up.
Yeah, like that's like a. They spent time on that shot.
Yeah.
But like you
Hey,
started
make
going.
sure to
up-
light this right.
Yeah, that's like when they really got their shit together. They're like,
Yeah.
if this whole movie it turns into shit, I don't care. We just got to get this
Just get
one
that foot
shot,
shot, man.
to land. It's
Yeah.
gonna be my reel.
The only shot that they get the whole movie.
I'm sorry I had to interrupt your Crazy Ralph thing, but
Oh no, it's okay.
the toes, your toes are beautiful. God, we should have
God.
like a Hall of Fame of dialogue for this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe Julie's toes are like really long and gross, and that's why she has a hard time walking. I don't know.
It's funny in my dude. It's really funny in my notes. I can't keep up with the snark. I have so much snarkiness going on while watching this movie. I can't keep
Yeah.
up with it all because like there's the "your toes are beautiful" line, and I just put Jesus. You know, like oh, Jesus. And then my very next note was when are, and then I had to immediately jump into another thing. I didn't even finish my last thought. I was on to more snark. It's ridiculous.
What is happening? Yeah, no, this movie is bedonkulous. It's like insane.
Yeah.
For the record, though, I'm really glad that that I guess you picked it.
yeah.
This is you. I'm glad you did because I'm like, you know,
Yeah, this movie gives a lot.
really makes
With-
me understand why Life of Chuck is such a good movie.
Yes. Yeah, it just makes you appreciate other
There's a
movies
reason
more.
why this was straight to DVD. Not straight to DVD. Straight to Betamax. Straight to Betamax. Not even VHS. Not even VHS. Straight to Betamax.
Straight to 8mm.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
It-
a reason why.
But
It
yes.
never made the theaters because it wasn't good enough.
No. So Julie runs into Crazy Ralph, Henry, and he's like, your dad, he used to go here. He remembers. He remembers.
shit.
Yeah.
You should ask him.
So Julie goes home. She emails her dad about and asking him questions
Yeah,
about like, hey, do you remember this kid?
Kid.
And
doesn't draw. Dear Dad, do you remember a kid named Nelson?
I can't say that I remember a Nelson.
There's a local guy named Ralph that goes here.
I don't know a Ralph either.
and
I'm too busy doing business to continue this conversation.
it's like Bane, but not. Julie really channels Bane. That's pretty cool.
Let's not stand on ceremony here, Mr. Wayne.
What a lovely, lovely email.
Oh, by the way, speaking of the email, this is USA Links,
Yeah.
and then it says email system, and then right underneath it, World Wide Web. I also just wanted to add somewhere in there they should have stuck the information superhighway.
Yeah. It's
But,
just
but I like the very top that says email system.
email system.
Is that what emails used to look in the year 2000?
No.
No. It was
No.
AOL. It was AOL.
Yeah.
Instant
No.
Messenger.
So later that night,
It was like, we want nothing to do with this movie.
the campers again discuss the lore of Trevor Morehouse being like, maybe it's him, maybe it's, Trevor Morehouse. And we see where Brad wakes up the next day telling his buddy that we just met, he's like, I'm going to go to the archery range and start setting it up. And so he starts to fix the target, and he gets shot in the back by Trevor Morehouse. And this is the first on-screen kill that we actually see. Because up until this point, they keep cutting away, so you assume people are dying, but it could be like a prank at the same
It
time.
could have been like an April Fool's Day ending.
Exactly. Yeah. So the whole time you're like, is this real or is this not real? But this time you see Brad, he literally gets impaled by 2 arrows and through the chest. And I'm like, really? You kill off Brad, who kind of came off like a final guy energy, right? But it was like, why even have that character in there? He's like the one that gets bullied, and you're like, yeah, just kill him. Sure, like whatever.
You're acting like these people have some understanding of storytelling, EJ. Come on.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
know.
Come
I
on.
know. Then we get Julie gets an email from her dad, and he's like,
Sorry, honey, I've been super busy with business. I am out of town for work, and I just got back. I love you, and I don't really remember that name.
and I'm like, okay,
The fire rises. I was born in the dark. Molded by it. Molded by it. I didn't see light till I was...
We cover The Dark Knight Rises.
of course.
I just figured out how to walk somewhere.
So
It would be extremely painful for you.
for you. So at this point, I thought to myself, I'm like, why are we going to this email so much? Couldn't we do like a phone call or make it like more personable?
Or maybe just none of it because she's like supposed to be like a 17-year-old girl and she's like
Yeah, like
obsessed with her
she's
dad.
like obsessed with her dad. She interacted more with her dad than any other character. Maybe Drew. Okay, her dad and Drew are like the people she probably had like the most screen time with, and her dad's
She
not even in
blows
the
them
movie.
off. She blows them all off to go talk to dad on instant messenger.
Oh my god! So the sheriff drops off Dean, and Patrick tells the sheriff Jason had beef with Brad over track, and the sheriff thinks people take sports too serious. So
Awesome.
yeah, I like that Patrick's like, yeah, he had a little bit of beef with Brad, who's now missing too, and it was over some track stuff or whatever. And then the sheriff goes, oh man, these kids take sports way too seriously. I'm like,
That's some good police work.
yeah.
I also like that he says, I don't think you'll have any more trouble. And you're like, based on what?
Based on what? Yeah.
Seems like there's a lot going on in this camp.
A lot of people are missing, and you're like,
He's just dusting his hands off. It's a case closed.
case closed. We're good. This Dean didn't do shit. So,
Dean ain't me.
and Patrick tells Julie and Toby what the sheriff said and how it might be Jason. So right now, suspect number one of people kidnapping or taking people, it's Jason, her ex-boyfriend.
Is that a joke?
No, that's real.
No, I know, but I mean, like,
Stuff
do
going
the
on.
filmmakers think that that's, like, clever?
Oh my god. They
You
probably
know
did.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, they were probably like, you know what? This is gonna get the audience because they're like, whoa, Jason Voorhees, Jason is Trevor Morehouse. What?
Yeah.
I get it. I've seen movies.
I'm putting it together.
I like, also, Toby makes a joke about Jason. Because there was a point
Yeah.
where I was wondering if Jason Voorhees, like the Friday the 13th movies, existed in this world.
Yeah.
And then he says that it does.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I pissed off somebody named Jason or something like
Oh,
that.
great,
He's
yeah.
like, great for me. I'm fucked. I think that's the line.
Because I think they're trying to go for the Randy Meeks character for
Yeah.
Toby. I don't
But
know.
Kevin Williamson is like a really good writer.
Yes.
And this
like,
guy wrote,
That's the difference.
yeah, this guy might have written like a soap commercial.
Yeah, something. He wrote some emails, probably.
He doesn't know how to write any horror scripts.
He's like, write what you know. I write a lot of emails. Okay.
I think this email thing's going to really take off.
So Julie finds a note from Drew, and this ADR, it doesn't, like, we could just read. Like, I don't understand. But it has, again, like a voiceover from Drew going, hey, went to the lake.
No,
Hope to...
EJ.
What?
You got to do it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I went to the lake. Hope to see you down there. And I'm just like, we could have read that. Like, why do that? The voiceover.
Do you know
So-
that the voiceover, it comes from compliments of Tin Can Enterprises?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Did you know that? That was the name of the company?
No.
That was
But-
the real
and
name.
Yes.
Oh my god! I thought you were joking.
Their whole thing was whenever they finished it, they'd say, like, it's in the can.
Yeah, it's in the can.
Yeah.
That's good.
It is.
That's actually really good.
It
Yeah.
is. I can
So-
make up
I thought you
things.
were joking. I didn't know it was real.
So Julie heads to the lake, And she runs to the road and gives Dean a flat tire. Like, she runs in the road for some reason, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I saw like an animal chasing me."
Which, okay, so here's the thing. She's walking the path, and there is somebody following her.
Right.
Who knows? Who
It could be, yeah.
It could be the real Trevor Morehouse. It could be
Or
someone
Jason.
dressing up. Who knows? But she feels like someone's chasing her, so she throws her towel down and runs away. And I'm like, can she not run holding that towel?
No, she could barely walk normal. So,
Yeah, I know.
If she could barely walk, she could barely run.
So
Yeah.
we're coming up on that scene where it really jumped out at me that this person like learned to walk that day.
yeah.
When she's walking away from Dean as he's getting
Oh.
his. But
Yeah.
that did jump out at me. Like when the killer is like following her, she starts running. But before she starts running, she throws her
the
towel
towel.
to the floor or the ground, and then she books it. And I'm like, I feel like you didn't have to throw the towel down. Like, how much weight is that holding you back?
That's like the Tommy Wiseau School of Acting. Throw the towel.
I did not hit her.
I did not walk there. I did not.
I did
Oh,
not.
hi, Trevor.
Oh, hi, Trevor.
Oh, hi, Trevor Morehouse.
So,
Hey, Mark.
yeah, so we see Dean, like, swerves out of the way and not hit her, but somehow he gets a flat tire. We're never sure how, but he just, like, turned the wheel and got a flat tire.
Yeah.
And, so, he is like, okay, well, whatever, and I'm going to change my tire. I'm getting out of town. Like, all these people at this camp are crazy. And I'm like, the kids aren't even at this camp yet. Like, when are the kids arriving? And then this guy's already, like...
Booking it.
Yeah. And so...
He does in a very chivalrous way. He offers to drive her back.
yes, he does.
He's like, oh, I can give you a ride home. And she says, no, that's okay. I'll walk. And in my notes it says, if you say so.
If you say so. But here's the thing.
If anybody has time... just
watch
get
this
this
scene.
movie. Yeah, watch the way Julie walks. We're not picking on her.
No. No.
It's just very peculiar.
Yeah. Like I said, it's
We're
kind of
picking
like...
on her.
Like game developers trying to figure out how to make a human walk in a video game.
It's like The
And,
Sims.
and that's like, yeah, that's what she kind of moves
Actually,
like
it's like
that.
The Sims.
It's
That's
very much like The Sims, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But so she's like, no, I'll walk, right? So she walks off. And she's not even like 10 feet away. And Dean's changing the tire. And Trevor Morehouse pops out and he slits Dean's throat. And this is like the probably most gruesome kill in the movie. Maybe, I don't know. But he slits his throat and he calls out for Julie. He's like, Julie! And she's not even like 10 feet away. She doesn't turn around. She's just like strolling.
She's just too fixated on walking, like, trying
Yeah.
to get it right.
Yeah.
One thing's for sure, she's no Julie Walker.
No.
Oh, that was a Return of the Living Dead 3 joke. And in my notes, I wrote that down, and then right after it, I wrote, I hate myself.
He gets killed by a throat slice. But yeah, so Dean gets killed. And then Julie gets to Henry's cottage, like Crazy Ralph's Henry, and finds a picture of her dad with someone named Nelson. So, like, the dad kind of lied about it. He's like, I don't really... But I to his credit, who the fuck remembers us? Like, you're at camp for a summer, like 2 months, right? If that, or 6 weeks sometimes. And how are you going to, like, remember every single camper that's with you?
Well, to his credit, she said the name Nelson, but
Yeah.
because of the shitty voiceover...
I heard Melvin.
Melvin? No, that doesn't ring a bell.
No, that doesn't ring a bell. So she tries to email her dad again, but doesn't have luck.
There's a lot of emails in
There's
this
a
movie.
lot of emails.
They focus too much on the email.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think the writer was just like, write what you know. I email a lot, so I'm going to just write out about that.
Hey, here's a cool idea. This stupid camp seems to be like really important to her family.
Yeah.
Why doesn't her dad own the campgrounds and
Yeah.
he's the one putting together this whole thing?
Yeah.
Like
What?
why can't he just be a character in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, why can't
yes.
he come out of the door and ever just talk to him there?
Yeah, like she's just like no, it's a family thing. Oh, like the mom was like, it was like her passion was like putting this thing together for the kids.
Yeah,
She's like,
and then
"Oh,
the
we're
dad
doing a
and
good
her
thing."
are kind of like committed.
Yeah, like
for the mother's memory.
exactly. Like, why can't you just do something like that rather than the old let's communicate via email?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No. That's why, and even if they did like more, she calls her dad.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, there's some kind of like correspondence.
I would've killed for, like, a split screen.
Yeah,
But it still sounds like this.
yeah, it just sounds bad still. But like,
It's a bad connection.
they wouldn't have to worry about that because you could just have the two actors give, like, the rest of the sound in the movie sounds okay. It's whenever they do the voiceover, it sounds awful. It sounds really terrible. So why not just use a phone? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
I don't know.
They don't do what's simple. They do what's like really difficult.
Yeah. It's just like the human emotions of it. It's kind of like how it, like, before.
They make no sense. They just...
Yeah, like, you could have the human emotion of, like, you're playing off a person, so you're going to get, like, a more human approach to something. And not such, like, a cold, like, email. I don't know. It's so whack.
I don't know if, like, the whole idea was to have, like, the dad be, like, a red herring. Because
I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, like, he's not there, and he's like, I'm away on business.
Yeah.
But, like, I do think that the dad probably should have had some sort of role in the film, because you could still make him a red herring.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You could do all sorts of cool things with writing. But, like, the fact that he's just, like, I don't know, the most anti-cinematic way to have to display their relationship.
It sucks.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid with a T.
So, so Julie then decides to look up this Nelson Hammond. No relation to John Hammond, creator of Jurassic Park. But
there's a John Hammond blues artist too.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Did he also spare no expense? You don't know that reference. It's okay.
No, I don't know.
It's in Jurassic Park a lot.
I don't know if he did that.
Okay.
You ever see Jurassic Park?
Yeah, the first two, yeah.
Okay.
So it turns out that this Nelson Hammond was a kid who drowned, almost.
Oh my God, there's so much plot.
Yeah, almost drowned, but he survived and was angry, so they admitted him into
It's a hospital.
yeah. Like, what? I was like, as she's like reading this, right, and you're finding out about Nelson Hammond, I'm like, why was he like? Why would they do that to this kid? Like, he survived and he's angry.
All right, so maybe another. I don't like doing this this background writer thing, but
Yeah.
All right, so maybe he almost drowns out on the lake with one of his friends. His friend drowns, and he has survivor's guilt.
Right.
It makes no sense to be angry that you survived drowning.
Like, yeah, a prank went wrong, but why are you admitting this kid into a mental institution?
There's a lot of steps in between.
They're like, this kid is too angry. We can't deal with it.
Get him in
So we gotta get rid of him.
Get him in the straitjacket. What the fuck?
Yeah, get him to the padded room in a straitjacket.
He's been listening to a lot of Metallica lately.
He's been
I don't
listening
know
to a
about
lot of
this
Marilyn
kid.
Manson. A lot of Marilyn
Oh
Manson.
yeah, Marilyn Manson would have been out.
No, he's listening to the teepees. Whoever the fuck that band's called.
This kid's crazy. We gotta put him in the loony bin.
Yeah.
It's just like, what?
And then loony bin. Yeah.
And he was like 14. It said he was like 14, and it was there till 18 or something.
Well, that's where they start, I guess.
But no, man, I was just
man.
like, what the fuck is this?
It's wild.
So, anyways, Julie goes for a walk, and someone grabs her. So she runs off, and she goes and hides. And then it turns out the person that was after her was actually Jason. And so she tricks him and locks him in the walk-in freezer. And that's when he's like, it's not me. I'm getting blamed for stuff I didn't do. And he's like, all I did was hook up with Whitney. but I'm not responsible for anything else.
He's like, oh, you understand, right? And this is like a hard cut to getting arrested. They're like, you did the right thing, Julie.
So Julie turns him in, but it's like a hard cut of him just getting walked away to the
so
police car.
funny.
Yeah, and
They didn't have any time, so they just rushed the scene.
yeah,
It's almost like it's played for comedy, but like I don't think it was.
no.
And
Well, I
luck,
think it was actually serious.
And when he's in the freezer, he's like, yeah, the reason I ran off was because Dean said he was going to tell you, and I was upset, so I just ran away. And I'm like, what? Like, can't you just go admit to your girlfriend, like, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Yeah. You could forgive me, or you don't. You know what I mean? Like, just... He's like, no, I just ran away.
well, the bigger question in all this,
He just ran into the woods for the last 3 days.
he's hiding out there.
He hid in the woods and he got lost.
I guess I'd say the bigger question here is, what grounds do the police have to arrest him?
Right.
What exactly
Did
are
he
they
do?
arresting
Did he
him
do?
for?
Yeah. What did
Yeah,
he
because
do?
at this point, they don't know if anyone died, right? So it's like, what are they? He just went missing, and other people went missing. So it's like, this is the kid that did it.
Well, clearly,
It's the only guy we got, and
Yeah.
we gotta arrest somebody, so he's the kid.
it's unfortunate for Jason because it's a very small town, and I guess they like execute people in the bingo hall on Fridays.
Yeah,
It's like a real quick process, too.
yeah. It's their due process is like 0 to 100.
It's real fast.
So the next day, Julie tells Drew what happened, and then she gets an email from her dad, and again, another email.
More emails.
More email.
That's like the majority of the movie, just her getting emails.
It's like bloody. Why is it called Bloody Murder? And it's like it should have been called like something like
You've got mail.
yeah, you got mail, the horror version.
You got dismembered. You got email. So
You got email.
so she gets this email, and then Julie heads to run a course set up by Drew and Toby.
All right, so this is another one of those things.
Oh.
They set that whole thing up in the morning.
Yeah. So they set up this course.
It's really long and elaborate.
Yeah.
I'm like, they did that during the day. Again, fucking first day they get there, just have a shot of them starting to build this thing.
Right.
He's just like, all right, well, we're almost done. And I'm like, how did you do all that so fast?
It's me, baby. It's Toby.
He's got Toby power.
Yeah. No, but you know what's funny is they set up this course, and no campers are there yet, right? And so they're like, Julie, we want you to do the test run.
They're probably just to laugh at her because of how silly she looks when she's running.
So she tries to run through this, and
Tries. Emphasize tries.
Yeah. And so she's running through this course, and at one point she has to climb this wall. And this course is kind of like lame. It's like not really challenging, except
no
this one
guts.
wall. Yeah, exactly. It's like, let us see, how about you, Mo? And she's up there. She's like, all right, they're about to do.
Julie's climbing up the aggro crag.
Oh, yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Do
And
you
so-
have it? Guts.
And so
Guts.
Julie runs this lame course, and as she's doing the wall climb, we see someone kind of like cutting the ropes up top. So she falls, and
And then she yells, Acht, mein Keister.
yeah,
That was for you, El.
she falls, and they're like, "Oh man!" But Drew's acting in this is really funny because she's like, "What happened? Oh my God, you fell. Are you okay?" And you're just like, "What the hell is that?" Like,
To be fair,
dial it back.
that rope snapping shouldn't have surprised everybody or anybody because they built that obstacle course in an
That
afternoon.
morning.
Yeah.
Fucking morning.
They
It
didn't
actually
even-
held up pretty well.
Yeah, they didn't have any time to like test it or anything.
Toby did that himself.
Yeah. What the hell? So meanwhile, Doug, who's that guy, the blonde guy, we find out his name because
Yeah.
the girl who has no name, who showed up before to let us know Whitney was
Oh,
missing.
I forgot about her.
Yeah.
Again.
So Doug and girl chat.
Can we call her Glinda?
Yeah. And Doug goes to the camp office to pick up some kickballs or dodgeballs or whatever.
Sure.
And
they are.
again, there's no kids at this camp yet,
Yeah.
but he's just getting them now. And he gets shot with an arrow through the chest and dies. And for some reason, he like gets shot in the back of the chest in the office. Walks outside, falls down like a small little hill, and then someone like throws a kickball at him, right? Like, or like a dodgeball at him, and I'm like, was that necessary? Because I guess his hands were full, and he like falls on the ground, and it's supposed to be like they roll, right? But
Yeah,
like
but he
by
just
the
got
time he
shot
got to
by
the
a
bottom of the hill,
dart.
it's like all those balls should have been at the bottom of this hill. But they're like, no, throw a ball just in case, and then like they throw a ball later on, and you're like,
Well, what's really weird is that the scene started with action, and then they threw the ball. That's where they started the scene.
yeah, basically. So Doug gets killed. Now Drew patches up Jules' leg.
And
And-
again, I'm just waiting for these two just to profess their love to each other.
Yeah, and as she's like fixing her leg, right? They're like, I'm so glad these last couple days. They're there for like 3-4 days, right?
Yeah.
We're best friends now.
It's like, I'm so glad I ended up in a bunk with you. I don't know how
Yeah.
I would have gotten through these last 2 days without you.
Yeah, we're best friends now, right? And then we're like, what? Yeah, I guess so. Anyways,
Nothing
New best
happened.
friend.
Yeah, nothing happened.
at the cafeteria, Toby, Drew, Julie discuss Jason's antics, right? Then Julie's dad shows up to check on her, and
It still sounds like.
yeah,
Really, that's tough.
and then it dawns on Julie that maybe Drew is responsible because Drew's dad died at camp like years ago
Did
for
it
some
seem
reason.
Like Drew was kind of hot for the dad.
Oh yeah,
When he
like
first shows up, she's
yeah.
like, she seems like she's real into him.
yeah, and so we see where Drew like takes the dad down to the lake, and she's like showing him. She's like, "Oh yeah, the best view is over there by the dock."
One quick thing before we blow
Yeah.
past with Julie. She says she has to go back to her cabin to get something.
Yeah,
So she's like, I'll meet you guys down there in 20 minutes. And I'm like, why is it going to take you 20 minutes to run to your cabin and to meet them at the lake? What's
Yeah.
going to happen in the 20 minutes?
Yeah.
20 minutes. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna put on some makeup, hit up the bathroom maybe a little bit, and then I'll
Make
be
a
there.
sandwich.
Yeah,
I'm just like, why so long?
watch an
Yeah.
episode of
She-
Friends.
she
I'll
just
be
said,
there.
Like, she said like 5 minutes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it should have been like I'll be there in 5.
Yeah.
But she
Yeah.
added 15.
All right.
Oh, you know what? Just not a walk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
It takes her a while to get to the
It takes
the
her a
barn.
little bit longer.
Takes her a while.
So Julie does some research, right? And then that's when she really suspects Drew may be the one doing everything. And then we get like this montage of Drew committing all the like different crimes that, if you really think about it, Julie doesn't know anything. Like, she doesn't know how Whitney died. She doesn't know how, like, Brad died. She doesn't know, you know what I mean? But she just is imagining all this. Like, that's what we're supposed to, like, see.
They show us all that stuff, and then she concludes it with, "It was Drew." And I'm
It
like,
was Drew.
I'm like, got it.
I'm like, what?
You don't need the dialogue.
And as all of this is going on outside, or with Julie, we also find that Doug is dead. Like, they find his dead body, right, in the office. So Julie runs off to find her dad and Drew finds Julie is in the woods, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I just left your dad back at at the lake."
But she's acting like now she's acting like a different
Like
character.
suspicious. Yeah, she's acting like suspicious
She's
for
a
no
completely
reason.
different person.
Yeah.
It doesn't even pay off.
And so Julie confronts Drew as if she's the killer, but then that's when the real killer pops out and knocks out Julie. When he knocks out Julie, he like literally punches her in the face.
She goes down.
And she goes out. And so
She got Gale
Julie
weathered.
runs into Patrick, the boss, and it turns out he's actually the real killer.
He has a line. I wish I wrote it down, but it's something like, he's like, You think your TV, your internet, and your email can keep you safe in the woods? I'm just like, what?
What?
I'm not making that up.
No, that's a real line. Yeah. Russ, do you ever feel like the internet, your TV, and what else?
It was an email.
And emails could keep you safe if you were out here for long? No?
What does that mean?
I don't know. What? I don't know if they
Like-
probably tried to say like you got your MTV, you got this and that, but you ain't gonna survive with none of that out here.
But I don't get it because like
Yeah.
I mean if you're thinking like this movie was probably filmed in like 1999,
Yes.
if it came out in 2000, so TVs back then pretty big and bulky, so you're already at a
Right.
disadvantage
It's
if
not
you're
like-
out in the woods with it.
Like flat screens weren't really a thing yet.
No, there's
So-
like those tube TVs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine you're out in the woods carrying that thing.
Yeah.
How's that going to keep me safe?
Yeah.
Emails. You need a computer out in the woods.
Yeah.
They didn't have
There was no laptops, and it was all desktops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, certainly not something you'd probably have out in the woods with you, or like a phone.
No.
Right.
So what's an email and the internet going to do for me out in the woods? So no,
Yeah.
sir. That's how I would have answered
That's
that.
not going
Yeah.
to happen in 2000.
I just think it's strange that line made it into the final cut.
Yeah.
That's just me.
So Patrick, he chases Julie for a while. This is probably like 10, 15 minutes
Yeah.
where he's just chasing her around the camp.
Yeah.
And he's like really out of shape.
Yeah, and there's like no one else around at this point. Like, there's characters still alive. So there's Girl, there's Drew. Well, Drew's knocked out. Toby's still around, and we still have who else is there?
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
There's other characters like still alive, but she's just running around this camp. And
I like when they show him and he's just like really out of shape. He's like sweating profusely and takes a hit of the inhaler.
and so Julie gets back to camp and tries to convince everyone
Yeah.
that Patrick is the killer, right? And there we see like Jason is like out of jail and he's like back for some reason. And then there's like the sheriff is there. There's like a couple other like Toby and all these other people. And she's like, guys, it's Patrick. Patrick is the killer. He's like, oh, she's delusional, and he's like trying to convince everyone he's not the killer. And that's when Drew shows up and shoots Patrick in the arm. Right? She just like has this gun that's never.
It's not set up.
It's not set
Not
up.
explained it in any degree.
Where she got this gun.
There's never been a gun on the campgrounds, from what I understand.
Yeah. And so she just
there
has
wasn't
a gun.
in, like ever shown in the movie, right?
No,
No.
with it like, I don't even think the sheriff like on his belt has like a gun holster.
So, all right, you established the arrow thing, more
Right.
appropriate way,
Yeah,
because he's killed people with one. Now you kill him with,
yeah.
So
well, they don't
you-
even kill him; they just shoot him in the arm to keep him alive for
Oh,
sequels, I guess.
guess.
But so all seems good, and at the end, Jason's like, "Hey, I'm glad we made it, and we should really get back together." And she's like, "You know what? I'm having second doubts, and I'm gonna give Toby a shot."
You're
Right?
like, oh, you are?
Yeah, it's like what? When
Wait,
did-
why?
Why?
Was there like a thing developing between them? It always just seems like he was like sexually harassing her.
Yeah,
And she was kind of like playing it down with good humor.
yeah.
Like, kind of like, ah, ha, ha, ha.
And you
Don't
know
hurt
what's
me.
weird is like, so I don't know if like they saw Scream when they're like, she should have ended up with Randy. Whatever. We're gonna have our movie. She ends up with the Randy. You know
And no one's going to sit there and be like, why?
why? Yeah, like why? So Jason, he goes for a walk. Like,
And they like drive past him.
yeah. So
I really
Julie and
wanted-
Toby drive past Jason.
I wanted like Toby to like whip like a cup of soda at his head.
Oh man, it's kind of like Man of Steel when they throw that little cup at his head.
Someone throws a cup of something at the new Superman.
Yeah,
film,
I know.
too.
I'm like, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
I
know
don't
why
know if
everyone's
that's like a
throwing
new
shit at
thing.
Superman. Whipping him in the head.
Is that
with
going to
it.
be like a trope for Superman
Yeah.
movies going on?
Yeah, people just
From
throwing
now on.
trash at him.
Yeah. So they whip a cup. No, they don't. But I wish they did. But they drive past Jason, and they go off to live a happy life, I guess. And then Jason comes across Trevor Morehouse, like a guy in the hockey mask with the chainsaw, and that's where the movie ends. So there's a real Trevor Morehouse out there and a Patrick that was running around at camp. Is that what we're supposed to believe?
I think you should have went one way or the other.
I don't know. Yeah, they should have just leaned into one, or I don't know. It's just
Like if the legend of Trevor Morehouse became a thing, like, because you could do that with a franchise where it's
right.
like somebody just puts the mask on and it's like kills done in the spirit of Trevor Morehouse.
Yeah.
But like they're saying that there's a real one and also a killer dressing up like him, and then it begs the question: wait, so which ones did the killer kill and the Trevor Morehouse and I don't know. It's very convoluted. It's very messy.
That's why there's a number 2, because it continues.
Yeah, I guess so. But long story short, that's the end. That's the end of the movie. So Ross, what are your thoughts about this movie?
It's okay.
I don't know. I don't know much to say. Cause
You're safe here.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy watching it?
Yeah, I enjoyed watching it, but it was just hard to like sit through because it was just like so like terribly acted. I don't know. Like,
You're bored.
yeah.
Were you sitting there like, why did I agree to be on this stupid show?
No, not the stupid show, but just like the movie. I'm just like, oh, why are we doing this movie?
Are you thinking to yourself, there's so many other good horror films that, that's sort of how you're
Yeah,
feeling?
and they brought me in for this.
yeah.
I think we're gonna bring you back for Bloody Murder too.
Yeah. Were you sitting there thinking, like, are they doing this as like a joke at my expense?
Yeah, no, I wasn't
Questioning
thinking
your friendship with us?
that. No, I wasn't thinking that. I was just like, wow, what a pick.
Yeah.
What a pick!
That's a perfect way to end thoughts.
Yeah.
What a pick.
What a pick! Would you recommend this movie to anyone?
Oh, well. If people don't have a lot of money to buy like a DVD, I'd
Yeah.
say if you're going to buy it from like a dollar store, I would say, yeah, go for it. But if you want a real horror movie, I wouldn't say even like check this movie out. Like, I wouldn't even say to even check it out.
So, like, if you have $1, spend it.
Yeah.
$1.50, no way.
Yeah. $1 is like the farthest I would go.
All right, so you got to watch this for free on
Yeah.
Tubi, right?
Yeah.
You watched it on Tubi.
There's too many commercials.
Yeah.
That was one thing. But,
Would you recommend watching this for free on Tubi, or they should spend $1 to buy it?
I would recommend watching this with as many commercials as you could get.
Because the commercials sort of break up. Hey, Ross, here's a fun fact. Those commercials are actually part of the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's how they got the funding.
Yeah.
Rory, how about you?
Well,
There's a reason why this is on Tubi.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
before I give my thoughts, I'd like to read some more dialogue. Dean, bullshit. It's camp lore. There's no such person as Trevor Morehouse. Toby, I guess that's what we'll tell ourselves when we're trying to sleep at night. That's some dialogue.
Oh, God.
We got
Oh, my
Whitney. Ah! Toby, relax. It's only me. Whitney, you loser. You scared the shit out of me. Whitney, very funny. Take off your mask and show yourself. Ah! Sheriff Williams, take it from me. There's no such thing as Trevor Morehouse. Let's see. What else we got here? Henry, Nelson's come back to even the score. Julie, sorry, Henry. Ask Tommy McConnell what really happened that night. How do you know my dad's name? This is dialogue from this movie. And then, of course, I'm just going to sort of top this all off with my favorite line from the sheriff. Let me just grab this really quick. I made a little note of it. It's always easier to find people when you know who you're looking for.
That is some crafty
Wow.
police work, buddy.
Wow.
Why did I just read off all that crap?
That's like when you're buying something from a store and it's like, oh, you can find it easier if you know what you're looking for. That's what that's like. Like,
Oh, I'm sorry. I said that incorrectly.
Oh.
It always helps to know who you're looking for.
oh well,
And
yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a fact. It's easier to find somebody when you know who you're looking for.
Oh,
So, why am I reading off this stupid dialogue? Because that's what I had to listen to for an hour and a half. The dialogue in this movie is like really bad, and then like the performances don't really help it.
No,
No.
But
these are like bargain bin actors and dialogue.
now, but here's the thing: it got so bad that it may have come around and actually turned into something kind of enjoyable.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching it and never, in any of the movies that we've watched so far, and I'm talking about like Howling 3, have I ever had so many what the fuck moments where I was literally saying it out loud so many times where I'm like, what?
What?
You know?
Yeah.
It's very low budget. I think if I was like 12 and I saw this, I think it might make me want to actually like go out and make like my own movie.
Yeah.
Because it's got that sort of like, oh, anybody can do this.
Yes.
Kind of thing about
absolutely.
it. So I think
Yeah.
it's like a cool thing for like a little kid to watch. It's very safe. There's no nudity, no like real gore in it.
Yeah, if you're like really young and you're just getting into horror movies, I could see it be a movie for them because you're, first getting into horror movies. But like, I don't see it being for anybody else.
No, like if you're like
Yeah.
a normal human being who's all grown up and developed, you'd watch this and say, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might even end your marriage over it. You know?
Yeah, I
Like if
mean-
your husband's like, I want you to watch this movie that meant a lot to me, and she's like, I think we need to talk.
We need.
Yeah,
This is
We should talk.
insight into who you really are, you animal. But no, the movie it's a special kind of bad.
It's like unwatchable, I think.
No, it's not that it's unwatchable. It's just that it's like
Yeah, it's just.
it just sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much what it is.
It's just the right amount of sucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like you said, it's probably, if you're watching it alone, not a great experience. If you're watching this with friends
Yeah.
and joking about it,
Yeah.
it could be a lot of fun.
It's funny. Like, you laugh a lot during it. I mean, it is hilarious.
Yeah.
But-
But not on purpose. It's
Yeah,
not like
not on purpose.
they're writing these great jokes. It's
They're-
like,
it's really serious. They don't mean you for you to laugh, but you laugh the whole way through.
It's like in The Disaster Artist. I'm sure that's what the screening was like for this director.
absolutely.
Just everyone laughing at your
oh,
movie. He's like,
no.
oh my god, I thought I made like the next Halloween.
Yeah. It's like, oh, man.
No, I mean, dude, it's not great, but it exists.
Yeah.
Yep. It
Well, there's
exists.
what about Christmas with Cookie? That's worse.
Yeah, that might be one of the worst movies I've ever seen, too.
That doesn't even sound like a real movie.
Yeah, it's...
It actually
ugh,
is. They made two. They
it's
made
bad.
two of them.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
They made three of them, I think, right?
Ross came over, and I'm like, dude, this movie's so bad. We should watch it. So we watched it.
Fair
And
enough.
he's like, wow, this sucks.
I couldn't even get through it. That's how
Yeah.
bad it was. So that's worse than this. So you're only going up.
Yeah.
This I guess the last thing I'll say is this was like the little movie that could.
Yeah.
It made its way into horror.
Like, you would watch the sequel.
Like if we covered it, sure.
Yeah.
When Ross Jones come back,
Yeah.
no, it's like
Yeah, for me to come back and watch it, but any other reason, no.
I would say, like, I don't know, if you've done like really bad things in your life and you want to sort of punish yourself for it, this is a great way
This is the one.
to.
No, I want Mystery Science Theater to do these movies.
my
Oh,
God.
sure. They're probably like, we don't even know what to do with this. How'd
Yeah.
you feel, EJ?
No, I feel like it's one of those movies where it's so bad that it does have it bounces back to being enjoyable. I'm watching it by yourself though. It's torture, right?
chore.
It
But
is. It's a chore, like I said, it is. Yeah.
but then like as you write it out and you're like seeing all the weirdness of this movie, it is like if you watch this with friends, you will definitely have a good time. Like I think this is like so bad that you guys could watch it and enjoy it. So I would recommend this movie if you're just want to hang out with friends and have like a movie night and then just pop this on. I think it's a good time.
If you want a comedy horror,
Yeah. But
but
again, it's not
But it's not a comedy. But
It's
that's
not
how,
a
But that's
comedy,
how funny it is. It looks
but
like
it has that turnaround. Yeah. So I would say I would recommend this to like watch with friends.
I'll tell you one thing. I mentioned to Dave Gonzalez that we were covering it last night.
Yeah.
Have you seen this movie? He's like, I think he put like, what on earth is that? so I had him look it up, and he is so excited to watch this.
Yeah. Oh my god. I can't wait to hear what he thinks about
Yeah.
that.
'Cause Dave, like, what's really funny about Dave is that Dave, like, he loves, like, prestige, like, really great films and everything.
Right.
But, boy, he also loves to, like, jump into the trash once in a while, so it's, like, really fun.
Yeah.
He's, like,
I
a
think-
horror fan in that
Yeah.
very true sense, so sometimes I'm like, hey, I'm watching a shitty movie. I need to trauma bond.
I
Watch
need a
it!
trauma bond. Yeah. No, I think this is like one of those movies where it's that train wreck you can't look away from.
Oh, sure.
But it's like a train wreck where there's no one on it, but maybe a lot of fireworks, right? And so
A train wreck where no one gets hurt.
right, a train wreck, no one gets hurt, but it's like loaded with fireworks, and you're just like, oh wow, this is a mess. This is great.
Perfect.
Yeah, right? Like I don't know how to put it any other way. With that being said, let's get into our emojis.
Let's hear those bomb ass emojis.
All right, so one thing we like to do, Ross, is we like to rate the movie with emojis, right?
Okay.
Like, so if you want to look at your phone for a sec,
Yeah.
come up with a couple of emojis. I already have.
I got a few.
Oh, you got a few?
Not
Okay.
on my phone, but I know.
Oh, you.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Preach.
I'd say like, well, I wouldn't even give this like a rating. I'd give it like a 10 flaming cars.
So like,
Perfect.
so a flame, a car, a flame, a car
Yeah.
for 10. Yeah. Okay. All right.
No-
10 flames, 10
and
cars.
no rating. Like not even a 0 out of 10. I give it like a 10 flaming cars.
Cool. I'll do a train, right? Emoji, and then like an explosion.
Fuck you.
Because it's a train.
I have the same one.
Damn it.
I can add one, though.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a train. That's the first time I think we've ever had the same ones.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so train, an explosion.
Yeah.
But I capped mine off with that smiley face with the bandage on their head.
Ooh.
Because, like, it's
Yeah.
a train wreck where no one gets hurt.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, injured, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you're certainly taking some negativity away from the experience.
Right,
but
right.
It's not going to kill you.
Yeah, it's not killing it. Yeah. That's good. I'm surprised none of us went with email.
Yeah.
Email
Like a
emoji.
laptop emoji.
So that's what the whole movie was about. So,
Yeah.
I was looking for the emoji of like an oar and Muppet hands, but I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
quite find it.
Yeah, I don't think that exists.
Get with it, Apple. All right, so let's get into our plugs.
It's time for a plug.
All right, so Ross, do you have anything you would like to plug?
I mean, I don't have anything out there like.
What do you have?
I
any,
told you to come with some.
What's your Instagram or X?
My Instagram is airhorn.jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that,
And you have an X, right?
oh, Twitter, yeah.
Yeah.
X, yeah, that's X now, but I'm already signed into it. I never signed into it, so I don't even know what my username is on there. I never look at it. I'm just signed in
Jesus.
there all the time.
Yeah. But Airhorn.
Airhorn.jones on Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, and you post pictures and
Yeah.
kind of review a couple of the music you listen to.
Yeah.
You'll
sometimes.
let us know if it's good or
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So awesome.
Yeah, you should look him up because I'm telling you, Ross is a infinite well of
Music
a
knowledge.
bottomless well of just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
music knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows shit. Every time I talk to him, he's just like, I'm listening to something, and I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I know recently you've been getting into like Nick Drake and stuff too, right?
Yeah, Nick Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah. His 3 albums are good. He died young, and all 3 of his albums are amazing.
Yeah.
They're good.
Rory, how about you? What would you like to plug?
I'm going to plug Raven View. Raven View Productions. It is a film production company on the rise. It's also the production company that puts this lovely podcast out each and every Wednesday. I haven't been missing. They've been landing every
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Got
Come
them
at
in the
me.
can. Got them in the
Yeah.
can.
We're putting out a lot of content.
Yeah.
We got Fourth Cut Reviews. I think that's still a thing.
Yes.
It
Yeah,
is.
it
Yeah.
still is. It's active.
Thumbs up. Okay. Churskin 40 doing Churskin 40 things.
Mm-hmm.
Putting out reviews. Putting out stuff. You can look him up.
He's putting out.
He's putting out. Email him. He'll put out. TikTok. He's on Facebook. He's on YouTube. He's got all the tubes.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
He's all over.
We got Gravy Diggers Pot Pies.
Hell yeah.
Not a lot of people are buying the pot pies anymore. They got wise
Yeah.
to what it does to their insides. You know,
It has a body count.
it does.
Yeah.
The new tagline, "Gravy Diggers blow your ass out," is not going off as well as people.
Next time, baby. Just blow your ass out. If I ate
That's
any
a-
food that said that, I'd be like, let's see.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever said. Sports Dreamboat.
Sports
is
Dreamboat.
our local comedian legend, Stud Muffin, pumping out free comedy for you people. You don't even deserve it. You don't deserve it. You should look him up, though. He's hilarious. Real Chronicles, friend of the show, Dave Gonzalez. That's his podcast. You can actually catch an episode that EJ and I did with him.
Yeah.
We covered Friday the 13th. Went up on Friday the 13th. It was a lot of fun.
It was a
That
lot
was
of
a
fun.
whole week of Friday the 13th. We had the trivia.
We had a lot of Friday the 13th stuff
Yeah.
going on.
Friday the 13th movies podcast. You could also find Dave at the Cinematic Reel, and you could read his awesome reviews on RottenTomatoes.com. I know he just dropped a ton of them because I guess he covered TIFF.
Yeah.
That's neato. And then, of course, the most important thing one can cover in their life, the kitties of any PA Pet Rescue. It is the group of which has my heart, because they do the Lord's work, saving cats, getting cats rehabilitated, giving cats a second bite at the apple, at life. You know, if not for kitties of any PA Pet Rescue, I would not have my cat Ella, who was terrified of EJ the other night.
Yeah. I know. I felt so bad.
She's still a baby, so she's not like great with new people, but she like launched off me.
Yeah,
And
she
like,
ripped your shirt.
She did. Her
Yeah.
claw got caught in my shirt and just tore it down the middle. And I was just like, man, I feel like a
I felt like you did that on
I
purpose.
know. I feel like I was on like the cover of like a smut book,
Yeah.
you know. And I didn't change the shirt or anything just
No.
to make it uncomfortable.
He did the whole podcast that way.
It was real weird.
It was awesome.
But yeah, Kitties of Any PA Pet Rescue. If you need a quick link to them, you can get it on our website, freakquelspodcast.com. You can just look them up and get involved, because there's nothing better you can do with your time than save cats.
I got 2 cats.
Do ya? Are they Kitties of Any PA Pet Rescue?
I didn't get them there, but we got them some. I don't know where we got them. But
Oh,
not
I
there.
see. You should introduce them to those kitties.
Yeah.
And maybe they can be friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I got Omega and Boots.
Boots?
Boots is huge. Omega's skinny.
Is Boots listening?
They're both listening, yes.
Oh, good.
They're both
Wagging their
listening.
tails and listening to
Yes.
Like,
Freakquels
all right.
podcast.
They're waiting until I get home.
They both
Yeah.
looked at each other right now. They're like, hey, they
Hey,
brought
that's
us up.
us. That's us.
Boots, they mentioned you. Boots is the star.
Boots is the star. And then, oh, hey, look at there's a handsome guy back there.
He's running away.
So also, yeah, I have a couple plugs. I have a lot of plugs, actually.
Oh, my God.
First up, I saw Mother and Sons with Pashi was in it at the Diva Theater. It was phenomenal. One of the best plays I have seen, and I just want to give a quick shout out to that. It was amazing. Coming up, though, at the Diva later this month in July, we have the Laramie Project, and it has a couple of friends of the show. Tommy Tomeo's in it. Marcy is in it. Justin's in it, and so it's gonna be really, really good. So make sure to come check that out. And our buddy KK, who hasn't been on the show yet, but oh my god, I cannot wait to get him on.
Oh my god, I could just imagine what he would say
I know.
every
And
second.
yeah, and then up to like we have Battle of the Bards at the V Spot. That's gonna be July 13th, and I'm one of the writers with Mr.
yeah.
Church Conforti. So it's going to be really pumped. I'm excited, and it's going to be insane. July 25th at the V Spot, you could catch Adam and the MDG crew.
Shit.
I think it's going to be an amazing show. Try to get everybody there. Like, I just wanted it to be, like, stacked, like, full. And so, because Adam's going to tear it up. I think this show's the show to see.
We'll be there borrowing money.
Yeah. If you're going to see Adam this year, go see him at the V Spot, July 25th. Check out Chris Alou. His EP is on, wherever you listen to music, Songs from the Hallway. Then, of course, the new metal messiah, Jon Snow.
Metal Messiah Jon Snow.
Part of the Eastern Tribute Collective. I just saw him at the V Spot. He performed for like 4 hours. Crushed it. Was amazing. This is a person you have to see live. That's the only way you have to see him live, because he is incredible to watch. He has so much energy, so much fun, and he does all the different bands that he's like the lead singer of, all like cover bands of like a lot of the new metal era. So he crushed it. So not only did he do a 4-hour show on Friday night, then he had a couple hours in New Jersey on Saturday. I'm like, how does this guy do this? This is crazy. But he does
loves it.
He's amazing.
There's like a truck thing going on in, in these woods.
What's going on around here? And then, of course, you can find all their upcoming shows at EasternTributeCollective.com. They have a couple new videos on YouTube. And one of the bands that they have, one of the cover bands is Wait and Bleed, which is like a Slipknot cover band. And friend of the show, Will Perna, is in that. And he also has his own band called Variant Season. So make sure to check
Project
them out.
Zero, the Linkin Park cover band.
Oh, yeah, and Project Zero. Yeah, so make sure to check out those guys, just crushing it. Also, check out Respawn Tattoo if you need some ink done. I know Ross is looking to get a new tat. But check
It's
out...
like teardrops, right?
Yeah, teardrops for each kill he got.
Yeah.
So it's about 50
He
tears.
looks like he's sobbing.
He's going to look like a sad clown.
Yeah.
Because of all the teardrops he's getting.
Hey, if anyone needs someone disposed of, Ross Jones.
Yeah, Ross
Hit him
Jones.
up, airhorn.com.
Airhorn.Jones, baby. But yeah, no, go to Respawn Tattoo. Gentle J will take care of you. Gently. And then check out Shantytown Design. Friend of the show, Mike Vinch, the Vinci. He is...
Are you sure it's not Shanty Hill?
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like, son of a bitch, is it? And I looked. No, Shantytown Design. They helped create our website and helped with our live events. Mike Vinci is like the Da Vinci, as Rory likes to say.
Yeah, Da Vinci, Stud Muffin, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, Stud Muffin. But yeah, check out Shantytown Design if you need any help with like your website, web design, or live events. They have something coming up in the fall, like some kind of Scholastic book fair.
Yeah, we'll have them back on to go over all that when they're ready.
Yeah, and then finally, Three Jacks Burger Bar. We're not there. We're stuck in the woods. But
we were thinking about it because we've been running out of food.
Yeah, we're like the hungrier and hungrier we get, we just keep thinking about Three Jacks.
We keep thinking about those burger of the months
and those fries.
Remember when we used to
those wing bites?
Yeah, the salad.
Remember when we used to eat food?
Pizza.
Oh, man, yeah.
EJ and I did this thing where we're like, wait a minute, we don't need food. We're just going out into the woods.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was a lot of thought put into that whole thing.
Yeah.
No, we should have probably packed more food and less like recording equipment.
I actually, what's weird is that I found some berries and I ate them and I started hallucinating.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's how you thought you saw those movies before.
Yeah, I actually. That's the thing. Like, people don't realize this when we're saying what we watched this week. It's just us tripping on berries.
Right. Yeah.
I don't even know if these movies are real.
Yeah, I don't even know. It might be.
Hey,
We're not sure.
Can you pass me some berries?
Yeah, here's some more berries. And then, finally, freakquelspodcast.com. If you guys are looking for some Freakquels t-shirts, hats, some swag, some glasses, some mugs, we have that there. We have a hat now. It looks fly as F. Go to freakquelspodcast.com. You can buy some merch, but we also have links if you want to email us, if you have like suggestions or anything like that. Rory sometimes reads the emails.
I've been looking.
Yeah, he like, for instance, we have an email now. Did you want to read it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Dear Freakquels, I really appreciate all the work you guys have been doing. I really like you guys a lot. You're the best. Love, Dad.
I'm really happy that
Yeah.
Dad emailed us.
Yeah, it's not our dad.
Yeah, our dads are my
their
dad.
dad.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
dads. Our dads are dead.
So it's not our dads.
Not a father amongst us.
But yeah, no. So, anyways, email us if you have any questions, concerns, or suggestions. Hit us up, and we'll respond to them.
We might.
Yeah, we don't know.
Anyway.
Whatever. So, anyways, with that being said, thank you to our special guest, Ross Airhorn, Mother Effin' Jones.
Yeah.
Dude, love you, buddy.
Yeah, I'll be back for Bloody Murder Part 2.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to have to do that movie now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, special thanks to Ross Jones. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming
Thanks
out
for inviting me on.
and finding us in the woods and coming on to the show. Please come back whenever you want, man.
I will. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do Bloody Murder 2.
All right, I'm down. And guys, thank you so much for listening to Camp Freakquels. We love you guys. We couldn't do this without you. And with that being said, thank you for listening to Camp
Dad, please don't forget to put my clothes in the washing machine. Thank you. Love, Julie.
Camp Freakquels.
Misery comes in lots of different forums. It's all miserable.
Forums. Oh my gosh.